Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to another live stream. Welcome back to yet another video for you guys today. The games are coming thick and fast just before the end of the international break. We've gone literally straight from one game into the other. You guys are going to have to get used to that for the rest of the season as well. And it's Chelsea versus Southampton. A poor Southampton team who haven't started the season in any sort of form. It's just been hella draws and a few defeats here and there. I don't think they've won a league game this season either. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below.
No, they haven't.
But let's hope to not be the first one, because we know how Charity FC loves to rear its ugly head at least 5 times a season. Let's not make this the first time. We're going to delve into everything about the Chelsea-Southampton game, the lineups, the potential omissions from the squad, players that might get a chance in the squad as well going into the international break. We'll also delve a little bit further into the Timo Werner news that got released yesterday, and some of the other news that's been surrounding Chelsea over the last 24 hours as well. But as always, big up everyone that is locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button on your way into the channel. As always, we are still doing the home kit giveaway until the 12th of October. So if you guys do want to get involved and get a chance to win this beautiful home kit, any super chat, any donation, any amount gets you in with a chance of winning this beautiful home kit. So check it out down in the description below. And also drop your donations if you want to get involved in this. So yeah, smash the like and subscribe button. Let's get into the stream. Scott, we'll start off with you. As always, how's everything been the last 24 hours, bro? Are you all good?
Yeah, it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the game. I just want to see us win. I want to see good performances. I want to see a bit of a change up here and there with certain players. I want to see certain players give it a chance to start from the beginning. And yeah, I just want to see an improvement from the last few games because it hasn't been good enough. And I don't want it to start to become a trend where we're starting to see a slump. I just want it to be a little blip and we go back to the normal.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing going into this game, to see whether this is a blip or whether this is something a bit more serious. But we'll have to see depending on the lineup and the performance that we see tomorrow. Matt, still wearing Juventus colours. What are you telling me, bro?
It's wearing the best team in Europe right now. Best team in Europe. But no, better not be wearing another top like this again. Hopefully we get a win. Am I glitching still? Am I still glitching on my camera?
Nah, you're fine.
You're good.
Fine?
You
Okay,
glitch in
cool.
real life, but not on.
Yeah. I was on my camera. No, but yeah, okay, that's good then. But no, Southampton as well coming up. Oh my god, this is scary because if we lose this, man, I don't know where we go from here. But yeah, Wayne also reminded me just before, Sturridge is in an Australian league. So if you're in Australia, we finally got an international player in the league. So that's something to watch once a month or so. So yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, big up Storage, man. That's a name I ain't heard in a while as well. And one of the first Chelsea players I ever had the privilege of meeting. So I always got a soft spot for Storage. Hope he's doing well over there. Wayne, what are you telling me, bro?
Not much, just relaxing, enjoying the show of the meltdown of Chelsea fans. Always, what I love watching. No, I'm good. I'm just asking if we can bring back an old player like Bogard, just to just come back and sit that bench and we just waste our money on. But other than that, yeah, I'm good. I'm just looking forward to this weekend. To be honest, I think we'll beat Brighton, so it's all good. Oh no, we're not talking about women no more, are we? Same team does win, so.
Yeah, at least one of the teams is keeping us in a good state. Hey, Josh, what are you saying, man? How's everything?
Yeah, man, doing well. It's Friday, so never a bad thing. Yeah, looking forward to the game tomorrow. I'm with Scott. Hopefully, see some players who deserve a chance to start, who have earned a chance to start. Yeah, when we get into the lineup a little bit later, hopefully have some surprises in there, or at least not surprises, but some actual deserved minutes for some guys who I think have put in their shifts and earned their way into the 11. So hopefully we'll get to see that on Saturday, and yeah, just another 3 points.
Yeah, let's get into it. Alex as well. Hope the last 24 hours has been good, bro.
Yeah, everything's fine. We're ready for the tomorrow game, so to take the stress out. So,
Yes,
Ready.
hopefully. Or get more stress. One or the other.
or get.
I just hope it's the former, innit? Last but not least, Oscar. Welcome back to the weekday streams, bro. How is everything?
Yo, what's good, guys, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, man, I'm good. Obviously not in the best mood after the 2 defeats. But yeah, glad to be back on the weekday stream, as you said. I'm here to hand Matt his L because Matt, that was horrible. We tried to tell you Chiesa was going to perform, man. I don't know why you didn't believe. But yeah, I'm positive, man. I watched Tuchel's press conference and I'm kind of positive, so I'm in a good mood. Hope everyone's doing good.
Yeah, the press conference did leave us in a positive light, but I'm a bit worried about fatigue going into this game. It's obviously not something that we can control. Like it's the fault of the TV companies that why we're playing it for fucking Saturday 3 p.m. going straight
Hey,
from
I'm
the
not
Wednesday
complaining.
night kickoff.
It's good
But
for me.
no, it's good for you. I hear that at the very least. I would have rather had the midweek Sunday time as opposed to a midweek Saturday. Like it's kind of put us in a bad position, and against a high pressing team like Southampton, I do think that fatigue is going to come into play in this sort of game. That's the only thing that really worries me about it, because Southampton gave us a massive struggle last season, albeit they haven't started the season in form. But it's not like they've been losing every game. I think they lost to Wolves in their last match, and then it was 4 wins on the bounce before then. I mean, not 4 wins, 4 draws. So they are hard to break down in their own sense. So I do think it's going to be a bit of a struggle in this sort of match. My only worry is the fatigue of the players. And with that in mind, you just have to think about how many players could potentially get rested in this match.
Yep. Agreed.
1 second. I might get the lineup up in about 10-15 minutes. But in terms of Southampton, I feel like for our depth, we should still be able to get a result against them. It's just who really plays in the front 3 positions, because there's been questions about whether Romelu Lukaku even needs a rest going into this sort of game, because he's played 90 minutes on the bounce. And I think it's a big necessity that we have to play him in this sort of game, but you also don't want to run the risk of burning this guy out and him potentially getting a muscular injury, because then we really are screwed. Like, could there be the potential that we see Lukaku get benched and then we see him come on in the second half potentially?
I don't think
I
so.
prefer the other way around. You score it early, you get 3-0 up, then you take him off. Southampton's defense is awful since Vestergaard left. Like, it's Salisu and no one else. Their defense is genuinely shocking.
Yeah, and it's not like, to be honest, it's not like he's been doing much running around either. Like, we mostly just have been having him play static and stand there. So it's not like he's putting a lot of wear on his body.
Yeah, but most of it's just him making runs that either nobody notices or holding up the play, which is still going to take a lot out of you because of his muscular strength.
Yeah, but he's a beast. I'm not really worried about him physically yet in this part of the season. I agree with Scott. Maybe get 2-0 up if you can, and then maybe get him a sub in the second half. But I think he has to
rest
start.
on international duty. Maybe they can rest him.
Yeah, if they rest him on international, do they ever care about us? 1 sec. Who do Belgium even have in their next few games? Let me check.
France.
They've actually got a Nation League. I keep telling people, no, because I'm wrong. They've actually got a Nation League semi-finals and final. So they will be playing. He will be playing. Obviously, he's the main player.
I think he's up like over 100 caps for them now. So he'll just want to play as many games as possible so that he can get as close to that record as possible.
What about Kante? Did Kante get called up by France or no?
No, he didn't.
Thank God. Don't want to be called
up. They've literally got 1 game this international duty. You have Belgium.
Wait,
but
nothing else.
Belgium have 1 game.
No, it's literally the Nations League semi-final, and that's it.
Oh, that's good.
Okay. So he'll have
if they get through that, the final.
Belgium or France? Belgium or France?
Yeah, Belgium are playing France.
Belgium play France.
I know that.
And that's it for the international.
You're saying Sauvé not playing in a
Yeah, you're right. It's just France.
Okay,
so he'll get at least a week's rest.
Yeah, so I'm a bit less worried about him getting burnt out then, because he'll have a full week's rest after that match. Okay,
Also-
with that in mind, Romelu Lukaku starts for me in this game. I'm not
Also, I'm not being
necessarily
funny. He's our starting striker. He's £100 million striker. Like, how many other teams do you see doing this with their players? Like resting their number one striker, like in world football, they don't do it. They just try to accommodate to making him run less or making him do less work so he's fit for more across the season. Like, how many times do you see Lewandowski get dropped, or Benzema get dropped, or Suarez get dropped? Like,
Benzema was dropped for 5 years, maybe.
not been dropped.
No, not from international duty. But
Oh
no,
yeah,
I mean in I'm not talking internationally. I'm talking at club games.
Oh,
Like, very rarely do you see that, like, your number one striker who you need to score your goals get dropped. There'll be times where you take them off in games, or like you'll rest him for cup games, but you won't, like, in terms of starting a game, he should be starting every game he's fit for.
I agree with Scott. With Scott, man. You just keep playing him, and I don't think Lukaku's the injury type player anyway. He doesn't seem to get injured a lot. Back in the days, I remember like Lampard and Drogba and all those guys. They would play every week. Like, it wouldn't really be much of a shift for them.
Lampard went, I think, 164 games without a rest. It was about.
did you know what I just found out? That we have another international break November the 12th.
Yeah. Start
In
November,
December,
and then
I
that's it. Then it's
What
done.
the
It's so annoying.
Yeah,
Wait,
bro.
World Cup
This is every
international,
year.
yeah.
We got three at the start of each season, and then one at the end in
Such a
March.
waste of time.
Yeah, it kills momentum as well because you just start
Yeah, it
getting
makes
into Premier
injuries.
League fixtures, and then an international break gets slapped on your head. It's peak.
God.
Yeah, it's a big struggle.
I agree. Though I think he'll start. He has to start this game. I think he will start. It's
He
the
has
other
to start, but for
Let's
me,
talk
it's
about
who
let's
start
talk about
with.
Mount. He's fit, and I watched the presser, and I didn't hear the word. Is anybody actually interested if Pulisic fit or not from journalists?
Yeah, I was wondering.
Well, I
Yeah,
was going to
Wait,
say,
did he say anything?
Nobody's
alluded
asking what's going on with the guy.
I know. I think he's coming back next week though. I think he was after international was better.
Tuchel alluded to him not being fit, but they didn't give us a date or a reason as to how long it's going to be.
No. I don't think he actually said it that Pulisic is not fit. He didn't say in the press conference. Nobody asked him that question.
No.
That was shocking.
But there was a period where he spoke about all the players that were injured, and he spoke about Mount, Reece James, Kante, and Pulisic.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I would expect after the international break, he'll probably be ready to go. I mean, they said originally it's got to be, if it's a high ankle sprain, and you know what kind of player he is, where he's kind of a shifty, makes a lot of cut type player. They're probably just working on making sure his pain management is all right, and that he can actually play to his full ability when he's healthy. I would expect after the international break.
And I still don't know what's the amount of suffering from, what kind of injury it was. I still don't know.
I thought it was a
Yeah,
knock.
they
I just don't know.
I
know
never
knock can be in the eye, knock can be in the leg. Knock where?
No, it was in. I think it was like a bruised foot. I don't think it was that deep.
Well,
I don't even know what the injury was, to be honest. I just thought it was something minor, but he's been out for another week or two as well.
Yeah, he said it was Tuchel said it was a minor injury, and he's back for the game. So,
Gareth Southgate already fucked that up, didn't he? He was saying yesterday, James and Mount will both be fit for the weekend. How the fuck do you know this? And why are you telling people this?
Look, Jester just messaged me saying breaking FIFA is planning to reschedule the World Cup, Club World Cup from its December date to a new fixture shot in 2022 February, most likely.
Oh.
That's
when that's a championship
February.
league. Yeah, that's a championship league month.
So I was going to say, and if we manage to get to the final of the Carabao Cup, that's just before the final, probably. Mate.
Get to the Carabao Cup final, we got to field the under-23s against Manchester City. That would be hilarious, wouldn't it? We probably drop 6 again on their heads. But it's not like they'd ever give a shit about it anyway. They'd probably want us to drop
That's why I think like one thing I'm jealous about La Liga. I can't stand that La Liga league, but they actually work with their clubs to actually fit them in Europe. You know what I'm saying? Like they switch the games. So does Germany does it. Like they will reschedule the game, like a league games, and make sure that they play, because that represents them in Europe. That's not just like a local league and stuff. I don't understand if I completely like how we.
No,
But
I
what was
think-
the reason
I
though
think
for the
I
change?
think our league is just
I
it's
don't
all
know.
about organising the most money in it. They know those teams. They know the European clubs need to be on TV, so they try and push them at 12:30 on a Saturday or whatever. They don't really care about who we're playing in midweek or whatever like that. So it's silly. But you're right though. La Liga and all those other leagues, they organize it better than us, way better.
Well, in those countries too, only have maybe 2 teams each that they have to
That's
that they care about.
That's the reason I don't watch it, because they have full season vacation until they play Atletico or Real Madrid plays Barcelona, and then it's like vacation
But look
days.
at Barcelona this year.
Like I don't understand how people can watch Bundesliga. That like it doesn't even cross my like how.
The Bundesliga is really fun to watch. Like it's open as hell, but it's really
No. That's not what I'm saying. Like as a fan, it's like, for example, if you're not Bayern fan, how? Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the like as soon as you get some momentum, at the end of the season, Bayern comes in and is like, you know what, we want this player, and they just go.
Yeah, when it comes to Premier League, I think we're lucky to even have one match day where we get to wear the Club World Cup patch.
They will switch it from Saturday to Friday from Saturday to Sunday. Like literally, they will.
Have they said anything about where the Club World Cup might be yet? Or they still haven't decided?
South
I thought it was
Africa.
no, I thought it was Abu Dhabi, United Emirates. Sorry.
I guess that answers the question. No, they haven't really said anything.
Yeah,
No. I don't think they've officially announced at all where it is.
I was going to ask you guys, obviously, just go back into the game of the weekend. Now,
I want to go back to the game of the weekend more. Oh,
no, I mean the one coming up. I mean, yeah. Well, we were talking about the Lukaku, and I think that he should start. But who do we say start with Lukaku at the forward line? Because we're saying about Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount should start off the bench. I don't think we should chuck him in straight away, because obviously with him being out injured. For me, I would play Ruben, Loftus-Cheek, and Werner.
What was that?
In the front three.
I didn't see that.
No,
front three.
If people are fit, I play Werner and Mount. If not, I play Werner and Havertz.
I think Matt and I did a lineup this morning, and I think we did Lukaku, Werner, and Mount as the front three.
I wouldn't start either Havertz or Ziyech.
I know who you're going to say in the front line, but I'd play him at right wing back because I'm not playing Dave there again.
Pulisic still injured.
I can cross him. I'm going to shoot myself.
Now, here's the thing. I want him to play left wing, but I agree with you as well, because I don't think Azpi... Yeah, big up yourself, Javi, as well. Big up yourself, my G. But with that in mind, because Reece James is still out, and I don't think Azpi plays twice there in the space of a week, I do think by default Hudson-Odoi is going to get pushed back into right wing back, and we'll probably end up seeing Mount and Werner in the attacking positions. I do want to just see him get a game there.
If it was up to me, then like Azpi came off at 60 minutes in midweek.
Yeah,
I'd put him in right wing back, and I'd have Cho on the left, and I'd bring Mount back in behind Lukaku. So you'd have Cho and Mount in the attacking position. Nah, I wouldn't play Werner, because I don't think Southampton are going to leave a lot of gaps for Werner to exploit.
So you run in a 3-5-2 then, Oscar? Is that what you?
Yeah, I think they would though.
No, I would have it. I would play with the 2 10s behind Lukaku, but those 2 10s would be Cho and Mount.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would do. And I know it's not going to happen, so there's not much point of even discussing that possibility. But I just think I've seen these guys behind Lukaku so many times this season. Maybe not so much Werner, but
I'd just be really surprised if Werner gets dropped.
I'm fed up with what they're offering.
That question's off the ass after that.
I don't know why that would be surprising.
But he didn't come on last game, like now, like in this sort of circumstances.
Bro,
he come on last
we needed a goal against Juventus, and we had 5 substitutions, and Tuchel did not bring on Werner. That to me spoke volumes. I don't know about you guys, but that made me realize that he's not really favouring Werner this season.
No, maybe he's keeping him for the next game.
For me, the reason he didn't bring him on is just the way Juventus were playing. I think he figured he'd have a better chance getting shots from the midfield, so he brought in Loftus-Cheek, Barkley, guys who like could shoot from outside the box. There wasn't going to be enough space to slide a ball into to Werner from the way Juventus were playing. So I think he thought, well, let me just bring on guys who I think can score from outside the box. Or at least get shots on target to maybe get a deflection from outside the box. I don't think he brought him on because he didn't think he could score a goal. I just think he didn't think there'd be enough space for him to get in between lines and things like that, the way how deep Juventus were playing. But I mean, I honestly think he starts this game with Lukaku and Mount. Just I think it would make more sense for him to play this game.
Before I found out Mount was available yesterday, I made my 11, and I actually went 4 at the back, 4-3-3, and I put Cho to play from the left with Timo and Lukaku. But since Mount is out, I think it's gonna be Mount. But I also started Kova and Jorginho in the middle and Robin Loftus-Cheek in front of them. And it
back four in this type of circumstances?
Chilwell, Rudiger, Silva, and Dave as a right back.
Yeah, it's not like we're not going to change to a 4 at the back now.
I know.
The only time we'll do it will be after the international break. Like we haven't played a 4. I think we played a 4 at the back once in Tuchel's entire time being here.
Yeah, I actually think Ruben and Kovacic will start in the pivots tomorrow.
I would like to see that.
I want to see Ruben so much.
I think George will get a rest because George is not going to get a rest on international break. So this is really the only game to give him a week off, in my opinion. And I really think Ruben has earned a chance to play there next to. And I think it'll be next to Kovacic. I don't think he'll play Ruben and Sal just yet. I think Ruben and Kovacic would make a lot of sense for me in this game.
The question is going to start Mount and from the get-go, or he's going to be coming in as a sub?
Yeah,
that's what I think. He'll come in as a sub, not because I don't want him to play. I just think because of he's been injured. I don't think he'll be rushed and pushed straight in. And
Mount,
I think
Mount is
realistically, he'll come.
Never mind. Gianni is here. Never mind.
But realistically, he's not going to start.
From what
Tuchel
said,
he was
the way he worded his press conference. Mount's been wanting to play. He wanted to play against Juve, and I think he's that sort of character where he wants to play every game.
I watched the press conference.
Tuchel,
never said that.
He did say in words. He said you could tell that he was saying, "Look, you're injured. We can't risk you. We need to ease you in." Mount wanted to play the Juve game, saying I'm fine, as most footballers would say, because they want to play the big games. And Tuchel's not risked him and not played him. And obviously, I did say all this yesterday, that the 4 players, which Tuchel reiterated, the gaffer reiterated today, Kante, James, Mount and Pulisic, all key players, all offer him something that he needs in the squad. He's saying, yeah, we should win. We should be able to win. We've got a squad to win without these players. But of course, we're going to miss every single one of them because of what they offer. At the end of the day, Mount for me starts this game. I don't think you can afford to drop Mount and bring him on in the second half.
We never doubted that.
This game is too important. You have to win this game with Liverpool. Is it Liverpool and City?
We have to win this one.
So you have to win this game. And Southampton are no mugs. I'm not saying they're a great side, but they can be a tricky customer. But I think the way I look at it is, up front, I'm not too sure where Tuchel's going to go. I think he's got a few decisions to make as to who he. I mean, Mount's in there. That's a given. But as far as everyone else, I'm not so sure again. I'm not so sure who he picks. But for me, I want to see these 2 changes. These are absolute musts. All right. I want to see Chilwell on the left wing, and I want to see Cho on the right wing back. I do not want to see Azpilicueta.
I don't think so.
I do not want to see Aspi on the right wing back. I'm done with it at the minute. I think against Southampton, I want pace, I want urgency, I want offensive attributes. I don't want to be relying on Jorginho and Kovacic to make the game, make the chances and feed Lukaku and all this shit. I want to get straight into it. Chilwell offers you offensive capability, and so does Cho. All right, and defensively, we're good enough. We are good enough to deal with anything, any mistakes or any loss of the balls. We should be able to recover, especially Mason Mount.
So you don't think he's going to change the formation?
No, I don't think he'll change the formation.
I actually agree with you. I agree with Johnny. I think both those guys will start at left wing back and right wing back. I think you'll see Chilwell and Cho.
I think Cho deserves it after his performance against Juve, and I think Chilwell looked. I know we discussed about his
Christensen was definitely going to be dropped.
But I think he won't be dropped.
Maybe dropped.
Actually, no. What? Silva just played a full 90 2 days ago.
Yeah, Christensen will play. Christensen will play in the middle. I think Chalobah will play right centre back.
He should play.
Or Aspie. He might play Aspie right centre back. Right centre back.
I think the fact that we lost our last 2 games is going to go experience. I don't know about you guys. This
game is not just about. It's about showing the mental capability to bounce back from back-to-back defeats. This is a moment. This is why Mount is such a big player for us, and what he offers to us in the side. That we need that mentality recharged in our squad and in our front line, in our team, and everywhere on the pitch. Because you haven't got Kante there, and Kante is a ball winner. He's excellent with his recovery. He can progress. He's a presser. We've missed that in the last 2 games with both Mount and Kante out of the side. So Mount will bring all of that to the squad tomorrow. I just feel that we have to win this game. A draw is not good enough, and I think now it's a test of mental strength. This game, and
Johnny,
it's not about who you're playing. It's just about overcoming that
just
barrier.
Before you go,
you know what I'm saying?
Sassy says, "Is our front line more overrated than it should be?"
Yes.
I don't think so with us because we've been honest about all the issues with our front line anyway. I think it's name power they're a bit overrated.
It's still hella overrated.
Lewis, I think it's overrated because if you speak to most people, they'll tell you that Chelsea were going to win the league, and I was always saying that with this front line behind Lukaku, they have to prove themselves to me before I would ever put them as league winners. They're not good enough yet.
If you take our front line and compare it to the other teams in the league, it's at best 4th, at worst 6th or 7th.
No, but the thing is, our defense gives us a chance of winning every game.
Jesters also says, big up Jesters as well. Hope you're all good. As always, all our wishes are with you. Says Mendy, Rudiger, AC, Aspi, Kova, Jorginho, Chilwell, Loftus-Cheek, Werner, Lukaku, Mount.
No, Werner isn't starting.
Who's the right wing back?
Played at right wing back.
Loftus-Cheek right wing back.
No, to be fair, he's not, if you look at his last point, he's not wrong. The last 10 minutes, he was playing right wing back.
He ain't wrong with that.
Loftus-Cheek played the last. Maybe
because if you clocked it last 10 minutes of the game, Tuchel, he was shouting at both of them, Ruben and Cho, and he was telling them to swap. So he told Cho to go more centrally into the middle to try and affect the game in the final third around the box, and then he brought Ruben out to the right. I would never put Ruben at wing back. I just feel like he's wasted out wide. Ruben is a central player, and he can take players on from the middle. I wouldn't put him out wide. I don't see why you do that.
Sorry, did play him out wide for a little bit, and he had something.
The only reason Tuchel did that,
he told him that because we were pushing him up the pit. We were pushing them back so far. It wasn't that much of a risk.
Yeah, exactly.
I think in the Southampton game, you're not going to see that. No chance, mate. But you will see. I personally think Cho looked good for me. He had the intent going forward. He was trying to make something happen, and he had 2 defenders on him each time.
Things that irritate the fuck out of me. I can't lie with Cho.
Yeah, but that'll get better. That'll get better with the more games he plays, and I just feel that if you haven't got Reece James, Cho is the best option. Is the best option.
But Johnny, don't you feel like I you guys know how much I rate Cho, yeah? But I feel like when you play him at right wing back, he can put in a job there and do good, like he did against Juve, I think. But he's capped at 70% of what he can offer. That's not
Yep.
the best angle for him to play.
Yeah, but
he needs
Oscar,
to be
do you know
playing
what the
in an
difference will
attacking
be in this
position.
game?
Wait, hold on. Let me finish. He needs to play in an attacking position off the left-hand side. He's able to cut inside and do more from that position. On the right, like we saw, he's been forced to try and beat his man, but half the time he's got 2 men on him and no real support. So,
Yeah, right. So
I
that's
just think
the
this whole
point,
wing-back
Oscar.
experiment, you're not getting the best out of him.
Oscar, this is my point. In this game, you're going to have Mason Mount with him. And that's going to be the difference for Cho, because he's going to have a man to play off with, because that's what Mount does so well. And I'll use the Atletico Madrid away game as an example. On that right side, we were causing them so many problems. And Cho was the right wing back in that game. So I think in the Juve game, he didn't have a Mason Mount or a Kante or anyone to link up with him or close enough to him. And that's why every time he was going forward, he either had to use individual brilliance to overtake 2 men and cross the ball, or he'd have to go back. Whereas when you have a Mason Mount, tactically, he will give you you might have the 2-on-1 situation with Cho, but Mount will offer that outlet for them to play a 1-2 to release Cho, to break that 2-man press and actually go and attack in the final third. So that's why I feel like Mount is essential to both the left side and the right side, because he works with Chile like that and he'll work with Cho like that. And that, with Azpilicueta, Mount can offer that to him, but for me, Azpilicueta doesn't have that final outlet like a Cho will have, or a Reece James. So that's why I think in this game it will be a different scenario to the Juve game.
Wouldn't you rather see that link up on the left though, with Chilwell and Cho, so that we've got that attacking emphasis down that side?
I'd love to see it, but
but
for whatever reason, Tuchel is not putting him there, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
But at the end of the day, Cho can only take the opportunity given to him, and he just needs to grasp every game, every right wing back position he gets, play fantastic, make things happen, get an assist or a goal, and then eventually he's going to knock on Tuchel's door to say, look, I'm too good to be in this position. You need to play me on the left or the right. I can play both either side up top, but you need to play me there. That's all he can do, really.
Johnny, can I just ask you a
Wayne?
quick question, Johnny, before you
go, Wayne? Goem saying bought minerals from some guy in an alleyway. Woke up in a jail cell with 2 black eyes. Johnny, please resend instructions. Big up yourself, Goem, as always. JJ Bridge also says, if City and Liverpool draw and we win, top of the league. Yep, things can switch just like that, but we have to do our job first before we even get to Liverpool City.
Yeah, Johnny, I want to ask you, one was a silly question, I'll quickly get over and done with, and then I'll go to serious. One is, how's the autobiography going? Because I want to make sure I put it on sale. Right, mate, Day of the Minerals will be coming out soon. But yeah, this on a serious, right? I know what you're talking about, Mount, and I'm not gonna start arguing and all that crap. But don't you think, even though he's a very entitled player for us for what he works, do you think maybe it'd be better because of him being out for them amount of games with that injury, he'd be better off coming on at half time, and if we need him to, and not put our own focus on him, because we've got someone like Loftus-Cheek who can be a difference maker. I hate saying it, but we have got Ross Barkley who can be a difference maker. We have got other options there. I don't want to put all our eggs on his shoulders right now when he's just got back from injury. Even though he might be able to do that, I'd rather be more, look, we've got other players who can do that job. Then we get him getting fit. Hopefully over with England, he won't play as much. And then when he comes back, he'll be fully fit, fully ready for the rest of the games of the season.
I would say to that is that's for Tuchel to decide whether he starts him or brings him on. Personally, I have him from the start, and the reason I have him from the start is because a Ruben Loftus-Cheek and a Barkley are not going to give you that intensity that he gives you.
Ruben will.
No, he won't. He won't press. He won't press and be aggressive like Mount.
He will. He did that against City.
He can't do it, man. He's not on that level.
He did it against City. Barkley, I agree with. Ruben can.
He might do it a bit like with Kovacic will press and be aggressive, but I think with Mount, I would rather have Loftus-Cheek next to, say, Jorginho, rest Kovacic, because I don't think he's been particularly good the last couple of games, and then have Mount there, basically in front. That's what I would have.
But would you
Because
want
I
to
think
force Mount though? Would you really want to force him if he's
it's
coming
not
back from
about
his first
forcing him.
big
It's
injury?
about yeah, but it's obviously not like a serious injury. It's not a serious
Hmm.
injury. It's more of a Tuchel's just taking precaution with him because he knows how damn important he is. So I think the problem is, right, and I've said it, and I'll say it again, because you got no Kante, you got no Pulisic, and you got no James. These players are so they're like key components to the way Tuchel plays in the system, and we've seen it all last season and this season, start of this season, before they've got injured, how important they are. We might not be playing, in form as a team, granted, yeah, but when they're in the side, we do get through it. We've got enough quality and intensity, and we've lost that intensity, completely lost it the last 2 games, and I feel that Mount is the only one available that can give that to you right now. But he gives you the offensive side as well, the link up. No one's given us that link up. Ruben came on, don't get me wrong, but he didn't really link up he didn't create a chance, so to speak, or put a through ball in. He just kept the game. He took over from what Jorginho was doing, in my opinion. He just made the game tick. He tried to push up a bit further.
We
up.
looked more
He held the ball
progressive
well.
when he came
He
on.
was a bit more progressive than Jorginho, but what I'm saying is he wasn't that step ahead like where Mason Mount would be, and that's the part we're missing to link our front line and all our attackers. Now, if you bring a Cho into the equation and a Chilwell, you've got pace on the wings to bomb it up and down. If you do lose the ball, you've got that. You're confident with that insurance policy of them getting back to recover the ball. Whereas with Marcus Alonso and Asby, there's more risk of errors happening, especially with the way they're playing. So I'd play them 2. And then on top of that, you've got Mason Mount doing the dog work with, say, a Ruben Loftus-Cheek and then a Jorginho sitting to just dictate the play. That's the way I'd go with it. And then depending on how the game goes, if we're winning the game 2-0, you can take Mount off, 65 minutes and rest him or whatever. But I think this game's far too important to drop this player. I just wouldn't do it. I wouldn't risk it. If Tuchel does, fair play. I trust him, but I just wouldn't risk it. Because if you go 1-0 down, right, and then you're putting even more pressure on Mason Mount to come on and affect the game, why would you do that to yourselves when you know you're already at a weakness right now? I just wouldn't do it.
Yeah, and I think Mount will probably start if he's healthy, which he says that Tuchel said he's fit, so I think he'll probably start if he's fit. But for me, the reason I would start Loftus-Cheek and Kovacic instead of Jorginho is because I think this will be a similar game in the fact that I think Southampton will play a low block. And Jorginho just doesn't offer you anything in those games. So for me, at least Loftus-Cheek can do the same job, but also be progressive and push the ball deeper into the opposing box. Whereas Jorginho is not going to do that. If we were playing a team that was going to maybe press us, I could see where Jorginho would start. But
they will press us a bit, though, George. I think they will press us a bit.
Yeah,
I think they'll try to counter. I think they'll try to counter with Livramento or something like that. Where they have pace up the wing or something.
No, Southampton are a pressing team.
Yeah, they are, but they've also seen. They probably looked at the City game and the Juventus game and thought, well, we might have enough in our locker to, hit them on the break because they do got pace as well. And like you said with Livramento, because he's got the minerals. But I think essentially, if you had Kante fit, I would then agree and say, yeah, okay, bring Mount on second half. But we don't have Kante, and that's why I start Mason Mount 100%.
To be honest, I agree with Johnny in that assessment. If Mount is fit, then I don't see anyone who we would play in that position that is going to do more. Do you know what I mean? We've seen Havertz be poor. We've seen Ziyech be poor. I personally wouldn't want to play Ruben in the 10. I'd rather play Ruben as one of the base 2. So,
yeah, I agree.
I would start Mount too.
If he's fully fit, definitely. Sure.
It's not even. Well, Tuchel's obviously he said, didn't he? I mean, it's pretty clear that he's gonna be.
He didn't fully said he's fit. He said he's back. He's fit, but would you want to force him when he's been out on the form like other players? Like if he's in form, he's ready. If we put him on,
yeah, but But from the way his injury has been talked about, like it's not a muscular injury.
No,
It's
it's
not
not,
like
and
it's not
it's
something that you
precaution.
can re-injure. Do you know what I mean? It was just a little knock. Tuchel thought he'd be back for Wednesday anyway. So I think Mason Mount is good to start personally. That's just based on
Yeah.
what I've heard.
He knows he's him himself. He wants to play, man. This is a massive game, man. Like, regardless of who you're playing, in the moment we're in right now, this is our big game. And to be honest with you, I think
We don't want to lose 3 going into the break.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
And you want to regain your confidence back. You know, and just. Even though we've like Pulisic is a key miss for me. I know we always miss him; he's injured, but he does offer you something like that we haven't got right now. Reece James again, like such a shit injury to get us. As soon as he came off in the City game, I knew that was going to be the downer for us, and it was. And then you got Kante with COVID, and it's all come at the like. If you look at all our rivals, they're loving it right now because they haven't really had any issues from what I see. Apart from Liverpool and Trent, right? So we're the only
He's
ones
going to
right
be
now
out for a
that
couple
are
of
being
months, right?
Yeah, well, that's
No,
going to hurt.
3 weeks.
That'll
3
hurt.
weeks.
I had a couple
I
weeks.
think he's back. I think it said he's back the 16th of November.
For real?
I think it said I saw somewhere he was expected to be back around the middle of November, around the 16th.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought it was a
Yeah.
couple of months because apparently it was a pretty bad injury. That's what Klopp said. So
My
Anyway.
thing is,
That's a
what
huge
about
blow.
Jorginho? Because
That's actually a huge blow to them, you know.
Jorginho's looked like he needs a break.
Resting, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and that
agree, I
worries
agree.
me a little
Definitely.
bit.
yesterday I was
I
trying
want
to
him in this
say it.
game.
Yesterday I was trying to say it on our channel before Johnny got in and start the
Started
madness.
what? There's no madness, bruv. I just talking to clowns,
Yeah,
wasn't I?
but-
Do you know what I
but
mean?
who do we
What,
play
what
then?
happened yesterday? What happened
I don't want to get in. What's his name? Monster had to end the stream because of craziness going on over there.
Oh
And
my
the people
god.
got like
Oh,
I
yeah.
was trying to say the things that I wanted to say, but I never had the chance to finish. And the people got me on the Twitter saying that I was like splashing the midfield, and I was like wanted Jorginho to play a long ball. That was never the point. What I wanted Jorginho to do. I don't like him how he passes the ball. Why would you think that I want Jorginho to make a long ball? He like makes those rainbow crosses. Like I don't want
Yeah.
him to do it forward either. So what I was trying to make a point about Jorginho yesterday. First of all, for me personally, I think he's too slow a midfielder in any position. He only can play in that specific position, number 6, that he plays. There's no advantage of him anywhere on the field beside that specific position.
But that is his specific position. I mean, he sets the tone, the tempo of the game.
Exactly.
That's what he does.
So my point was to prove it that my point was to actually say, did y'all see the tempo for the past games that we actually lost? Did you see the tempo?
I explained why though, Redneck.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
We didn't have any
Yeah, go on.
they didn't have any outlet with a Kante or Mason Mount ahead of them to break the lines. Right? They can only go left or right.
Johnny, as much
sideways.
like I
That's
told you, I'm
but
not
that's
a
the fact
Mason
of
Mount
it.
critic. I'm not
It's
a
not about
Mason
Mount.
Mount
It's not
critic.
about that. It's about them as players in that position having outlets to pass the ball quickly, to have the outlets, and they only had left and right wing backs as outlets because there was no one in the middle. And if they did play it to Lukaku, it was a blocked channel because
And
he
we're
had all
back
the
at the same
defenders around
point
him.
where I cannot finish my sentence. And
Well, I've just answered it for you.
Thank you. You're so generous. Like you literally grabbed the thoughts out of my head and like splash them on
Alex,
this.
land.
There's not much more
Oh,
to it,
what
is
you
there?
gotta say? Alex,
What I was
go
trying
for it,
to,
go for it.
what I was trying to say is like Jorginho, the past couple of games, he didn't set up no intensity. I don't care how much you blaming on like saying that no forwards play. I agree, forwards didn't help, but that doesn't mean that the responsibility stops from him either, because we have a squad. It doesn't matter if you rate the squad or not rating the squad. You still have to respect the players that are in front of you. Why is he going sideways? That's
Because he
my
had no
point.
other option, bruv. He had no
It's not that.
option.
It's not that. It's because that is his game. That's who we are as a player. He's a regista.
That's what I was. That's what I was trying.
If you look at him last season, he didn't do just sideways passing.
He did.
Johnny.
It was
Go
just the
on,
other
Alex.
midfielders was more progressive. You can't have two unprogressive midfielders that sit into deep. That's what I was trying to say.
I agree, but that's the whole point. Jorginho's whole point does the same thing for Italy, is to dictate the tempo and let the other players. He'll be the one that picks up the ball and gives it to the more creative players. He won't be the creative type. Yeah. He won't be the one that's going to hit 50-yard passes. Did the same thing for Napoli. If you go and look at Napoli's stats and like the figures before he joined us, Alan had a better passing accuracy and had more long balls than he did.
That's what I was trying to say.
That's the whole point. He's not the progressive type.
When he was holding the ball off the ball from his teammates in front of him, if that's not good enough, quick enough, then how do you expect him to get the ball quickly and pass it quickly if he hasn't got the option?
No, that's not to do with Jorginho. All of this criticism is about how Jorginho is in a player. And if you don't like that, then this comes down to him as a player and you don't like how he plays. It's nothing to do with anything else, because that's what you just mentioned, Johnny, is the case for the other midfielder. That's the problem they have. Either Kovacic can't find anyone because there's no movement, or his final ball is shit.
Yeah, but Jorginho would inter-exchange with... So when Jorginho gets the ball, Kovacic gets into a little pocket, and then they play the 1-2, right? So they tinker with each other until there's better ball in front of them from players around them. The players around them, with no Kante, no Mount in the middle, you're only reverted to going left or right. In those two games, you had no other outlet. So when you're asking Jorginho and Kovacic to be as progressive and have that ball to be more incisive, if the ball's not on, you can't make a ball. You can't just magically play a ball to a player that's got
players got to make movements in the attacking.
Exactly. If they're not making the movement, which they're not,
Johnny,
everyone's been too static, bro. Everyone.
Johnny, finish.
Juventus was a perfect example of that. They were so static.
Yeah, bro.
Let me finish. Nobody fucking blaming Jorginho. What I was trying to say is when Jorginho had the ball, I can see him actually only looking for Kovacic. Even sometimes Aspi was even in the forward when he could pass it to Aspi. That's what I was saying. There's a moments in the game when there was the players available, he still choose to go back to Kovacic. That's what I was trying to say.
Because Kovacic has got the ability to dribble and break the lines.
It's not that. I've just said it. It's not his game to go hit long balls or to go and try and be the creative outlet.
Who cares about long balls, bruv? He's never played long balls.
I'm not saying long ball to Aspi all the way 50 yards forward. Aspi was in front of him, like 20 feet away.
He's a facilitator.
10 yards? How far away was he?
About 10 yards forward, but he still choose to go back to Kovacic.
All right, so if he passes it to Aspi, what does Aspi do?
Pass it to Ziyech.
Would he find Ziyech?
I don't know. I will take the chance, then go back to Kovacic.
And if you
who is he gonna pass the
ball?
I think the thing is what happens when Jorginho doesn't have options. He gives it to Kovacic because he knows Kovacic could like dribble or like find and weave himself out of ways. Like when he sees nothing going, that I like about Jorginho. What I like about him, he has his head up. I just don't like that sometimes players make the runs and he doesn't spot it when we do make it. But I think the thing is when he just runs out of options, it's like, all right, let me pass it to Kovacic real quick and see if something opens up. Normally they pass it. Kovacic would probably give it right back to him sometimes or move somebody out of place. But it's like
because Kovacic has the ability to break the press or get out of situations, right? Because Alonso can't do that and Aspi can't do that, right? But when he spreads it wide left and right, he's trying to stretch Juventus to get their players to come out so that we can actually get some space to play centrally. But they weren't doing that. And obviously with Aspi and Alonso, they're too slow. They don't have technical ability. They can't dribble past any players. So their only option is to go back to Jorginho again. So Jorginho looks for Kovacic because Kovacic has the ability, because you haven't got, like I said again, I'll repeat myself, no Kante or Mason Mount or Pulisic to come in and have the ability, because Ziyech weren't doing it. Let's have it right. Ziyech wasn't coming in and supporting Kovacic enough. All right, so Kovacic was having to dribble. Where does he go? He either ends up going back to Jorginho or left and right. And it's the same thing round and round and round. And then you've got Lukaku up front, who's surrounded by defenders, hasn't got enough movement. And then who else was playing on the right side? Kai Havertz. He wasn't doing any movement enough. So then you're just recycling. And I get it. It's frustrating, but that's not That's not because Jorginho, that's the only way he plays. His job is to just make to control the tempo of the game. If you need to speed it up, speed it up.
So
but he can't speed it up.
Okay.
He can't speed it up if there is no movement from any of the other teammates to actually
remember the good
get
old
into
times
pockets,
when
bro.
Jorginho made the one touch swing, like somebody passed it to him and he one touched it
Yeah,
into
like
the
he
forward.
did get
Remember
to
that?
Spurs.
You realise
that's
Abraham,
flawless,
Fuck's
but-
sake, when did that happen? When did the last time that happened when he done
Because
it?
it's an
That's what I'm
outlier.
trying to ask.
It was ironically against Southampton last season.
I think generally.
Can I
think
just say
generally
something
Jorginho
quickly,
just
please?
isn't a risk taker.
So I'll just say something what's been
Go for it.
bothering me. I'm not trying to be offensive to anyone on the panel, but I'm going to be honest and open. Can everyone just give their opinions and no one interrupt him? Because I actually enjoy listening to everyone's opinions because I learn stuff from other people and everyone's got their own right for their own opinions. So can we all let each other land and not interrupt each other? And I'm not just picking on anyone, and I'm not, but it's got. I just really like to listen to everyone because I come on here to listen, and when everyone's interrupting each other and not letting anyone land, it is giving me a bit of a headache, and it is getting to the point where I'm literally can't listen. So can we all do that, please?
I found that personally offensive, but I understand, bro.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Favre just made a
Yeah,
really
no
good,
worries,
really,
man. You're ready, though.
Favre just made a really good comment that actually what I was trying to make on the chat.
Fatter in
yeah.
here.
Well,
He was-
Sir Timo Werner, is that him?
No.
Oh, no.
It's not him.
No, he's Timo Werner's.
Well, that Sir Timo
Bayern
Werner
Bayern
is
or
actually
something.
what I was trying to make the point, like the control of the game and the slowness of the game. It's the previous chat that he mentioned. Said maybe it's time to be less control of the game,
forgot to
just to get a little more attack in the front. That's
Yo, what's all that in the chat?
fucking forgot to
Spams.
put slow mode on. That's on me. Now we're stuck with this fucking Wallad again, but we move.
It's the same guy who does it all the time. It's...
Oh my.
I know his
Yeah,
name.
life,
It's some Julian nonce case who keeps doing it.
But like, what possesses somebody to just sit at the computer and say, "I'm gonna spam this person"?
I,
They do it
people have
every
no
stream
life
as well.
like that. It's cool, and they've got a weird
10-year-old,
obsession
bro.
with Monster and Flawless. That is what it is.
Can I just say as well,
Someone's gonna
just
be
on
that.
the point of
Just before you
Jorginho,
go, Salman says Chelsea is the graveyard for attackers. We're trying to work on that. Emphasis on the word trying. Salman also says Tuchel has no offensive game. It's way too defensive. Wouldn't
That's
say
just
that. I'd just say our creativity's just been poor this season.
he's
That's
literally never been a
Lewis,
defensive
Lewis.
coach.
This
Can
is
you,
not his
can you
fault from the
find Sir
defensive
Timo
manner.
Werner's message saying maybe sacrifice less control?
We all this spam. I don't think we can find it.
No, I wouldn't sacrifice the control. I want
Maybe
the game
sacrifice
controlled.
less control for more impulse on attack.
There it is.
All right, so take Jorginho out. Who are you going to put in?
I'm not Robin Loftus-Cheek
All right, to play with who? Kovacic.
with the rest of the
Can't
Chelsea
lie.
team.
Yeah,
I can't lie.
He's been
Every
next
single
beside him.
time recently that Jorginho came off, the game really changed. I think
Exactly.
That's because he's not in good form. That's just because he's
I
not in
think
good
that's
form.
the
He
point.
needs a
Yeah,
rest.
that's
He
what
needs
I'm
a rest.
saying. I'm not saying
Yeah.
Jorginho's like horrible player. I'm just saying like
Yeah, that's his game.
Flawless is behind.
I just
Yeah,
think
he
he's
has a
knackered,
different type of
personally.
style.
I think
Yeah,
That's
no,
just
he is.
Jorginho's game, and I
Yeah,
feel like
no,
we
he
need
is.
something else.
I will just say though, on this point of Jorginho and other players, we need to stop expecting certain players to do more than what they're capable of. Like, we keep doing this where we're expecting a player to do a job that they just can't do, and then criticizing them for not doing that job, or we're criticizing them for not being that player that they just are.
I think Tuchel is the one that
I don't think
expects
that's
more. I think Tuchel expects more from them because he's the type of manager that likes.
he's a
every one of
professional
his-
footballer.
Every one of
I
his
don't get
players,
it. Like how
bruv,
you
every-
can expect
every
professional
one of his
footballer.
players he likes versatility. He likes them to offer not just one attribute. But in our squad, we have a lot of players that are limited players. So he's using this system to get the best out of these limited players, and that's great management. But I mean, you can only take it as far as it goes, and it has been working. It's just we're not really in form as a team yet. We haven't hit any form yet or any rhythm, and that's hurting us. Plus the 4 injuries at that time. We've been found out the last 2 games. We got away with it, and we've done well, and we're 1 point off the top. It's fantastic. All right, we've
Here's
got
what I
only
want
3 points
Jorginho
in the
to do
Champions
extra,
League,
and you tell me
and
if
that's
he
it,
can
bruv.
do it. Here's what I want Jorginho to do more, and tell me if this is not in his ability to be as a professional footballer. Can he one time it pass from the middle to the left wing or to the right wing, or the one that actually opens the run like he
No.
did?
Yeah, I can't lie.
Not
I've never seen him do
consistently.
that.
Not consistently.
Like
I can't lie. I never seen him do that.
well, what's his name? Scored goal against I forgot. Man, he plays for Roma, Chelsea's player. No,
Tammy.
Tommy. He passed a couple of times to Tommy, and Tommy scored exactly the same way from Jorginho's assist.
Once he did
Yeah,
that.
but I said this. It's an outlier, and again, it doesn't happen consistently because again, Jorginho is the safe type of player, controlling. Did it with Italy as well, where he'll give it to someone else to do the more creative stuff. It's just the type of player he is. And again, as I said, if you're expecting to do more, that's on you. If you're expecting him to do more than what he's capable of, that's on you.
Scott,
because it's the same with like
not...
Werner. I expect Werner to miss like 100 chances or whatever is a season. I expect him. If you're expecting him to be clinical, that's on you. You're setting yourself up for failure.
No,
by expecting him
Scott,
to
the point is, I think the point is like we have. If you go, I just mentioned it earlier. If you go back to Southampton at home last season, Jorginho plays a ball over the top into Werner. Werner scores. I think the other game that you were referencing was when we played Watford under Lampard. Jorginho plays a ball over the top into Tammy. Tammy scores. There were so many times last year where, as bad as Werner was, he was making runs in behind, and he was never found by anyone in the midfield. And I think all we're asking for is maybe just take 1 or 2 more risks in that position of the pitch when we're dominating the game anyway.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Especially
against
like,
blocks.
I don't think
it's annoying.
I don't think I don't think we're not lamenting his own weaknesses. We're just asking him to be a little bit more progressive. Like, you know what I mean? Like he can do it.
Like exactly, you're saying it's not his. We're on. If I see him doing it for 3 years at Chelsea, how is that not his job? He's been doing it before.
I feel like what was happening is like kind of Tuchel's philosophy is clashing with itself because he says the best form of defense is keeping the ball. So a lot of the times we're like a little bit too patient. You know what I mean? Like sometimes we go, all right, enough playing around with it. Let's progress it into the final third quicker instead of just wasting time. And then we get into this like stagnant mood where we just pass.
Especially when we go on the goal down. We're still playing the same way, and that's annoying. When we already go on goal down, even after that we don't take a risk, that just looks stupid.
Yeah, again,
it is unfortunately, I've said this, that they're playing too slowly at the moment. They're on the ball too long. And it's too simple. They're just passing it back so many times.
No intensity, mate.
There's no intensity. But the thing is, something what Johnny said, and I'm going to point it out here. He said about Kovacic can do it, and he can because he did it against Aston Villa for Lukaku's first goal.
That's not the pass. What I'm talking about Jorginho.
No, I know you're not, but I'm saying.
Kovacic is actually running with the ball and then he passed it. He was progressing with the ball and then he passed it. What I want out of Jorginho is one-timed it. Like one time to the wing, one time to the... That's what I want out of Jorginho. A little bit more urgency. That's not what I was saying Kovacic. Kovacic was doing different.
But I don't think over these last 2 games, I don't see where you expect him to add this in urgency if he hasn't got the outlets.
What? Here's what I think. Hit couple of times the ball into the space and point to the idiot on the wing and say, that's what I want you to be.
He's not going to do that though.
I know he's not going to do that. I know he's not going to do that. I'm just saying, like,
but no,
it's frustrating to watch.
That's Josh. Take care, my team.
All right, later, boys. Enjoy.
See Josh.
You know what? I think Tuchel realizes everything that you guys are saying because there's no mistake for him to like constantly take off Jorginho constantly for Loftus-Cheek repeatedly in the last 3 games, I think. Yeah, so I think he realizes what Alex is saying.
I mean, guys, we're in an interesting time because I don't think under Tuchel yet we probably have, I don't know, I have to recollect back-to-back losses where this 3rd game is important. Has this happened?
Yeah, he mentioned it. He mentioned it in the press conference when we lost to Arsenal and then we faced Leicester after that, and we lost in the FA Cup final. So he mentioned it. He was like, we had back-to-back losses, and we bounced back when we beat Leicester.
Yeah,
so we have to.
I feel like this is different because of course our expectations was he was just doing a good job and to rescue us out the mess we were in. So it's like anything he did from that point on, it's like, okay, you did a really, you got us, you're gonna get us in the top 4, like, you know what I mean? From where we were to what we became, and it was unrealistic to be like, yo, Tuchel, yo, what are you doing? Because it was a drastic change. I think in this time period, where all right, you had a preseason, this is his seed, like he had his first season with Chelsea, like full season, having his first full season. How are we gonna respond to this now?
But it's only been 2 games though. Like, we're always gonna lose.
But I know that's what I'm saying. It's interesting how this will develop because that Southampton game, Southampton game now is 3 games in a row. If we lose, and then before international break, it's very like you know how Chelsea is, and then that bad atmosphere.
My point is.
Who we playing after Southampton?
Tuchel's been forced, bruv. 1 second, bruv. Everyone's saying
don't interrupt.
Johnny, just before you go, Salman says Hansi Flick says Chelsea's attack suit a 4-2-4. Could potentially.
I just said that. Yo, wait, who was on stream with me when I said that? Oh no, Andrew. I said, yo, why not try 4-2-4?
Yo, Hansi Flick would play 2 on the left. That's what Hansi Flick would do.
Bro, but he's very like he gets his attack going, bro. Like, oh my bad for being in the back.
It's the 4 players that have caused Tuchel the issues. Those 4 injuries have forced him to play the way we've played, and we've not been at our best. If we had just 2 of those players, even 1 of those players, I mean, if we had all of those players, we're not losing those 2 games. I mean, I'm sorry. I refuse to say that we would lose those 2 games.
I agree we're not losing. Yeah, I agree we're not losing.
If Conte was in, we would have won. If Conte was in,
did we have Conte in the City game?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, but he was ill. He was ill.
He wasn't well.
He
he wasn't.
Yeah, but I don't think a fresh N'Golo Kante changes much because we still struggled with that outball.
No, but a Mount does, does, and a James in the whole game does. Because I don't.
Yeah, but we're not outright blaming any one player for the defeat. It was the way we.
It's not that. But I'm saying the way we play as a unit would be totally different to how we actually played. It just would have been. We wouldn't have played that like that. He wouldn't even set up like that.
No, we struggled to find a way to transition. And that's because the way we set up, as soon as we changed to 3-4-3, the game was a lot more open. If we started with 3-4-3, completely different game in my opinion.
No, we could have played a 3-5-2.
He was forced to play in that formation because of the options that he didn't have, and that's why he set up like that. When we played against City, we've never set up like that ever. We've never set up like that.
Well, 3-5-2. We have done in defence.
The 3,
it's only because of how dominant
but in the attack we haven't. I'm saying we've always had the front 3 in attack.
The only thing I'd say that we were missing, which you'd also say as well, was Mason Mount because we missed the connection from midfield to attack. But that's exactly why we weren't able to get the result in that formation.
The 3-5-2 could have worked. It's just if we had Loftus-Cheek or Mount in the 3 instead of one of Kovacic or Kante.
Yeah,
the 3-5-2 as a formation system did not. It wasn't the problem. It was the fact of the 3 midfielders. None of them are progressive. So then you're relying on your wing backs, and your wing backs are average.
We had playing that formation was the problem. The players that we have, if we play a 3-4-3, it's still a different game in my opinion. But you're right. Where if we had Loftus-Cheek or a Mason Mount in that formation, there might have been a different result.
Definitely. But you're right. When you saw him change it up in the second half, we were more exposed.
Yeah, when Loftus-Cheek came on.
Yeah, City did attack us, but we looked better. We tried at least.
We were a bit more exposed, but we didn't need to be that defensive in the first place. Even being a bit more exposed, we could cope with it.
There was no recovery, Lewis. Like with a Kante and a Mount, like in the 3, if you had like Jorginho, Kante, and then you got Mount, your recovery is a lot better. Your pressing is a lot better. We didn't press from the front at all. It was all kind of like, we're just going to be content and sit back because we've got no outlet. We've got no dribblers, no Pulisic, no Cho. It was all like it's almost like you got to play pinpoint position football to get out and break their press and create a chance. It was too much to ask in that game because City just pressed so damn well. Mm-hmm. That's what they do.
Which is why we
But-
couldn't transition, because the forward passing just wasn't there in our team.
There was no progression at all, man. Nothing.
Kept getting sent straight back forwards or sent straight back into Man City's hands.
And you
Big
want
up
that
Reggie
relief.
Sports as well, saying, I don't expect Timo to be super clinical. Just be as clinical as his career average. Last season was a massive decrease from that. I just need him to be more clinical, full stop. Even compared to his
He's
career
a volume
average,
player.
still
He's
missing
like
too many chances.
He's like Salah. He's like Aubameyang. He's a volume player. So if you're expecting him to have 1 or 2 chances a game and score those 1 or 2 chances, like I said, that's on you. You're setting yourself up for failure.
No, but like 1 in 4 at the very minimum, I think you could at least put that in the back of the net. Like in the Premier League, fact is you do just have to
Timo Werner is expecting to play the same way that I was talking about. 1 touch into the run. 1 touch into the run. That's what I was trying to say. Like, if Timo Werner starts and we don't do the same thing that he makes them thrive, like, what do we expect? Like, if we're not going to make
options,
that,
man. There's too many options. I feel like Tuchel's got too many options. Like, we've got seven attackers all playing for 3 positions. One of them's Lukaku, so it only leaves you 2 positions, and no one is getting any chemistry. You've got to play Mason Mount. And Kai Havertz, arguably, you'd say, yeah, you've got to play Kai Havertz, and then you're left. But then your attributes of Pulisic and Cho and dribbling, we haven't got anyone like that. So you need that in your front line. But then that might imbalance what Tuchel wants. And I just feel like he can't find any balance up front with Lukaku right now, and we are struggling with it. Plus the injuries, it's like he's trying to work it out, and it's very difficult right now. And that's why this game tomorrow is going to be very, very difficult. And
I hate to play.
On the ball.
I hate to watch. I hate to play after international break. Chelsea never do good on it. Yeah. We always struggle first game after the international break, and we are Brentford away. I just looked at it.
No, Ivan Toney's getting bodied, but we move.
Yeah, it's not going to be that difficult.
Oscar, you're on mute.
Didn't we beat Villa 3-0 after the last one? So,
was it Villa?
We have been getting better. We have been getting better after Champions League games and international games. We've in the past, Chelsea have always struggled to win and or probably draw. We'll draw or lose normally, but I think recently we've been doing all right after the internationals. I think if we've got our players, the important players available, we'll be all right. Just the important ones. Everyone else, you're going to get injuries and that. But if you haven't got them available, then it makes it 10 times harder, because you've got to try and compensate those qualities in the squad players, and those squad players necessarily don't have that. So Tuchel's trying to get it out of them. Loftus-Cheek is the only one that I've seen right now that has the ability to sort of fill in. He's doing better than Sol, mate. Let's have it right. So yeah, man. Everyone's forgot about Sol. Sol, bruv, where is he? Like, what's going on?
He's only played 2 games.
I'll say he's played 2 games. If we're doing this, then we're no better than United fans.
What, with Van der Beek, you mean?
No, with Sancho.
Oh, Sancho. Oh, yeah, but Sancho was a big
Sancho's had so many
signing. Sol's not really that.
No, but it's the same point. Like they're 7 games in with Sancho. I think there's 7 or 8 games.
Anybody doubted Sancho in Premier League?
Like he went from playing in an attacking system where it was heavily possession based to now playing in a counter-attacking system where it's relying on individual brilliance, and he's expected to create something, and a new league as well. I don't care. Like, he came from England, but it's still a new league. He never played in the Premier League, and then you're expecting him to come up with moments of magic just out of nowhere, and then they're complaining when he's not doing well.
I think
I just don't know nothing about Sancho. I just don't know nothing about him.
When it comes to style, though, just bring it back to
doesn't know how
Artie.
to use him, does he? Really?
Exactly.
I think Sal is he's come into a team where now every game is must win for us. So I think his next opportunity has to be like Southampton in the League Cup or Malmo in the Champions League. He's not going to start a league game.
Yeah.
Especially if it was up to me.
I did say Sol needs to adjust to the pace. Everyone's like, "No, throw him in." But he does need to be eased in. This guy, he's a La Liga player. No one's disputing he's got talent and he's a baller and all that, but he still needs to be eased in. It's such a fast-paced league. Maybe Champions League football, he might have a better way, and he's got to adapt to Tuchel. But Tuchel, everyone, I've been noticing people sort of having little digs at Tuchel, like, is he really, that good? And this, I mean, you're waffling, bruv. the guy's an absolute genius of a manager.
What, Johnny, are you digging out the super chat before it's even been read out?
I didn't even see the super chat, bro. I didn't even see it, bro.
Someone saying is Tuchel a pragmatic coach? Nope. He can just play defensive or
Listen, this narrative came along.
He's a genius, bro. He's an absolute
Bro,
genius.
it's from rival fans as well. I see rival fans going, "Oh, he's a great defensive coach. He's not a great."
He's jealous. They're jealous.
We
literally have the. One set.
Bro, I was saying this narrative came along 2 weeks ago. Like for me, before the City game, we were one of the most dominant teams in league in terms of holding on to the ball, possession, chances created. Obviously, I have doubts about the quality of chances, but we still create chances. Controlling the ball, like the pressure, bro, like all of these things, we were second to City on. So this narrative came along 2 weeks ago. Like Tuchel's never been a defensive manager. I think the City game was a pragmatic approach. It was out of character for Tuchel, and
it was false lens. He was forced.
Yeah, it was false. It was false, and we're gonna snap out of it. We're gonna snap out of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you think that Tuchel has to prove something in terms of? Necessarily has to prove something. I feel like the fact that we've got so many attack players that we all agree are really, really talented, but don't seem to be playing well. Are you looking for him to change that towards the end of the season, or are you blaming the players more so?
I think the players are just they're all struggling to get match sharpness and form. I think everyone is trying to speed that up and force it, and I think it's over force right now, and we're getting, found out. We're not playing like, if you look at us from the back end of last season to now, it's like we're miles apart from that form and that kind of that's how can I say, we play as an actual team. At the moment, at the start of the season, there's elements in the game, parts of the game we're like that, but we're not throughout each game like that, and that's where I feel like we're imbalanced and disjointed. Our squad is a fantastic squad, but I think Tuchel is trying to work on what players are fit, what players suit what he wants for each opposition, how we can get the best out of players, how we can fit Lukaku into this. I've got Werner, I've got Kai, I've got Adoy, I've got, there's injuries. There's all these factors coming into play all at once now, and it's a real challenge for Tuchel. But he knows, when you listen to him, he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly what he's doing. I've got no doubt with him whatsoever. Like he knows what we're lacking and what we're missing. He mentioned the mentality is tired at the minute with everyone. He's not getting the intensity he wants. He's not getting the ball recoveries he wants. And these are fundamentals to the way he plays. He loves to recover the ball quickly against any team. He's relentless like that. He demands that. And I haven't seen that. We've seen bits of it at the start of the season, and we've got away with it. But like I said to you, in the Juve and the City games, we haven't seen any of that at all. It's been so lethargic.
Just to back off what Johnny's saying, like I think a lot of people have gone with this narrative of us changing our formation, thinking that it's gonna unlock this, like creativity and make us a free-flowing team. Now, what people need to understand is that at the end of the day, we're still going to have the same forward players in that formation. They're still going to make the same errors. They're still going to be slow in terms of creating. They're still not going to have that understanding. Like Tuchel has come up. I've said this many times, but he's come out and in the past for PSG, he said that I can train my players to get to that final third. But once they get there, they use what they know to create something. And I think most managers do that. I don't think Guardiola or Klopp coaches his front three to do exactly the right thing at the right time.
It's expression, isn't it? They want it. He says express yourselves.
And I have to say, like, imagine we go into a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3, because it's a narrative that's been going on Twitter for a while now, for the last 2-3 games. Yeah, let's imagine we do that. Where do you fit in Havertz? Where do you fit in Werner? I know you guys don't want to see them, but where do you fit in? Ziyech. Where do you all these, like, for me? I looked at the Juventus game, and Ziyech and Havertz's movement it wasn't good enough. It slowed everything down. And I know people.
That's where we put him on the bench. Very perfect in that system on the bench.
Who'd you bring in? But it's not that narrative. Or whatever.
No, but I want to get to the point in terms of the midfielders, because people are talking about the midfielders, the two midfielders. Yes, understandable. Like they were slow, but what can you do as a midfielder if there's no movement in front of you? Because listen, a chance creation depends on your pass and the movement in front of you. That's how you create a chance. It's not just by passing the ball to them magically.
Yeah, and if there's no movement, what do you do? Where's your outlet, bruv? There is no outlet.
That's what I'm trying to. That's what we're trying to say to change the formation. For example, if it's 4-3-3, it will be instead of Kai Havertz up front with Lukaku, it will be Timo Werner, and Timo Werner is the kind of person that actually makes run. That's what we're asking for.
No. Has worked though.
But then
I don't see the formation as the problem. I see right now the personnel who are available might not fit that formation, so to speak. But Tuchel's trying to get the best out of those players that he's got to give him so he can play like that. And it's sort of like we failed on the last 2 games. That's
and then it's like, sorry,
go on, Wayne.
Wait, go on, Wayne.
Because I want to go and I want to say some few things. One is happy. If I say it wrong, I do apologise. Happy Nigerian Independence Day for all my Nigerian friends out there who's just watching, and Elmon's on Twitter and that. We all love you. The other thing is, please, guys, tomorrow, if you are about
you're losing.
I'll be on there watching the ladies match with Charles, and I would love the support and love you to come over and enjoy the ladies match. Please follow everyone on their socials and their Twitter and the YouTube channels, and please respect everyone on the panel. They've all got their own opinions, and all the opinions it's good to listen to because you do learn a lot. Please, as well, if you haven't done so, guys, please put your order in for the minerals. In the day of the minerals, Johnny will be doing his signature. Don't worry, I will get his signature, right? Or his autobiography, his day of the minerals. We're going to be talking about loads about Mason Mount, Freddie Gilmore. We're going to go right into it. Don't you worry. I'm going to get autobiography. We're going to get his signature in there. And if you want it, just let me know. We will sort it out for you. But, yeah, big up, everyone. Have a great day. Enjoy yourself. And, yeah.
Big up, Wayne, bro.
Take care, bro.
On the lineup, though, playing a 4-3-3 doesn't improve us as a team because we don't have the personnel to play there right now. Because we've already seen Mount is not comfortable at left wing. We saw that under Lampard. Like, he just wasn't comfortable. Werner wasn't comfortable under Lampard as a left winger. And if you're asking them to play more as like left forwards, then you need more from your left and right backs. And again, we go back to the same problem we got now. They're not good enough going forward. So we can't play a 4-3-3. We've got 2 left wingers and one of them's injured. And we've got 1 right winger. And he's in terrible form. So we've not got players. Kai
Havertz? What does he got?
He's a 10. He's either a 10 or a false 9. So again, like, we don't have the players to play a 4-3-3 right now.
What about a 4-2-4?
A 4-2-4 could work, but again, the 2 cams? Are you going to ask them to be slightly wider or slightly more central? Because again, if
Mount is doing
I feel like Tuchel can make that work. But the thing is about when we play this formation for me is that we only have 2 ways of playing.
Exactly.
I hear echo.
Hitting against the wall.
Yeah, I did miss.
That's what I'm saying. We only have 2 ways of playing. All right, now with Lukaku in this formation, let's funnel the ball into him and into his feet because he's always trying to pin the player back. But now teams are like, all right, let's cover that middle, that central part of the aspect. All right, we can't get it into him in the middle. So now, all right, let's go out wide and cross. But then those wing backs that we're playing right now are not really dynamic and getting crosses into the box and things like that. I feel like it's like we can't say, yo, it's not gonna work when we haven't tried it. This is all assumptions. And I think if we go into this game against Southampton and we play the same formation and it's not working, I can guarantee you that Tuchel's going to change some things up.
We're not saying it's not going to work. We're saying don't expect it to completely transform the way we play.
Oh yeah, no. Like,
it's not going to be like Conte. It won't be like Conte, mate, where he.
I don't think it's going to be overnight. Like, you feel me? It's not going to completely change it, but I feel like we have to try something, bro. If this is not working, you can't do that same thing.
Yeah, it's like we don't have a plan B.
We don't
have a plan B. We just keep playing. We just change the players, but we're still hitting the same wall.
What I would say for me is no one in the front line is taking any risks. Like where you just want to make something happen. Like, in the Juventus game, you're sort of relying on one player to dig out a bit of urgency, a bit of brilliance, or make something happen to get the team going. No one offered that, not one player, and that's what worried me, because in the past with Tuchel last season, we always had a player that would make something happen or turn up or have a go and attack, and we haven't got anyone who does that. And our only players that really take on players are Pulisic, Cho, and Mount for me. Everyone else doesn't really do that. Kovac can do it in the middle.
Doesn't take players on.
Yeah, he does. He's done
No, he
loads
doesn't.
of little tricks and flicks to get breakaway and that.
No, that's
That's
an
a-
half
that's
turn.
a
He doesn't
reach.
take players on.
Hello,
What you're
guys.
talking about is beating someone on the half turn.
Yeah.
He doesn't take
Yeah,
players
but
on.
that's still. Yeah, but that's still.
He
that's
rolls
still
the
taking
player. He
risk,
rolls
isn't
the
it?
player.
Yeah,
Right,
Still
hold
taking
on.
not the
risk,
same.
I think someone's mic has got like bad feedback or
Yeah,
something. Is
what
it
is
just
that,
me that can
man?
hear that?
I can hear
Baby, I
children.
hear baby.
That better?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah,
That's
that's
better. Yeah.
Whoever just muted that.
It might.
But I'm saying no one's really showing a fearlessness, and we need that up top. You can the way I look at it is if you get in up the pitch and you get in those positions, it's all right to show that. Just don't do it in the middle of the park where you can lose the ball. Like do it up
And
top.
you get
if
countered, yes.
If you do it up top, then you know you've got an insurance of Kante and Mount to recover the ball for you. But you've got to go for it. Like be fearless. And that's not down to Tuchel. And who was it that made the point? Was it Slens, I think? If you can get to a point in the box, but it's down to you as a player to let your individual brilliance come to fruition. Use it. If you've got technical ability, or you've got the ability to make something happen, or 1-1 situation, go for it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to do it anywhere else on the pitch except
Johnny,
outside
I
their
agree
penalty
with
box.
you on that. I agree with you on that. I'm talking about specific this game against Juventus. There's a point in the games. There's a couple of points in the games that actually we did not even get to that final third to even let them have a attempt. You know what I'm saying? Until Barkley showed up and Robin Loftus-Cheek. Do what?
The whole second half, we were literally in Juventus' final third.
Yeah, they were pegged. They were pegged back.
That's what I'm.
Yeah, but the way
That's when they came on. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, that's when Robin Loftus-Cheek came in and Barkley. Then we started to be in the final third. And you know what I'm saying?
Guess what? Open up that route though, Redneck Blue. Do you know open up that route? It's the width. The width of Cho. When you have that width of Cho,
yeah, I agree. You know why?
In that space in the middle.
And he's
There's a reason why.
Because
because the wider player moved into the outside the box. What annoyed me about Ziyech when he were received or Kai Havertz, sometimes they're going way too wide to expect the ball from the midfield. And what they do, they actually cut in that space for the wingback to go behind them. What Mount doing brilliantly, he shifts a little bit to the middle, expects the ball right outside the box. That will make fullbacks go behind him.
But you know why he can do that? Because
I
the
know
wing back,
he can do that.
No, I'm saying the reason he can do it and receive that ball there is because the wing back opens up the width for him to operate in the middle.
Yeah,
like,
but they weren't pushing forward.
It has to be first. It has to be midfielder that
people talk about dynamic. We can't thrive in the system offensively without having dynamic wing backs. Yeah,
I agree.
I'm glad someone said it.
I know.
I feel like this is common knowledge, bro.
Yeah, it's common knowledge. The problem is we're expecting our wing backs to create the chances, but that's not also. That's not.
Not create. Just be in
They
the right
overlap,
place.
bro. They
overlap.
Let me ask you a question.
Space.
To overlap for the wing back to go on our side, to overlap the player, who has to move first? The midfielder with the ball inside, and then he goes, and then midfielder.
The wing back goes first.
It works both ways in the sense that
they interchange, man.
If the midfielder's got the ball, then he's the wing back's gonna make the run to play the ball. If the wing back's got the ball, he's gonna rely on the midfielder to pass the ball to then make the run to then pass.
I agree for one purpose. If it's a pragmatic wing back, he will not take that chance.
Yeah, but that's Aspie and Alonso, really.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Correct.
Again, man. We can't. I'm sorry.
I agree.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. So for the reason that we have pragmatic wing back, that midfielder, that Ziyech and what's his name, other German guy, they supposed to make the first movement not wait for the Azpilicueta to make, because he will never go first, because he will be afraid to get cut out.
Yeah,
Same
he's
as
not offensive
Alonso.
like that. He's not offensive
Yes,
like
exactly. Alonso will not do it because Alonso is afraid if he gets cut out of position
Too
and
slow.
somebody scores from that wing, he will never see the game again, because that's how he operates.
They're
That's
not
why he
fearless
goes
enough.
forward.
You're right.
Can I just say though? Can I just
Yeah.
say this problem does arise when Reece is there as well. I'm not trying to say Reece is
Yeah,
a
I know,
problem,
it's
but
the
people
same
think
with
Reece is
Reece.
going to come in and change everything.
We don't
Reece
have a
has
single
been-
natural
Which is
right
why
back.
some of us
Reece
are calling
is so
for
good.
fucking
He
Ringo.
moves in that middle instead of midfielder. How many
Reece
times
is
do you
the
see
best we
Reece?
got.
Reece
Yeah,
is
Reece
not a good right
shifts.
wing back.
Yeah, he's not a good
Reece-
right wing back though.
He's not.
That's not
He's
his
not
position,
yet.
but he's doing
He's good
well in that
defensively.
position.
He's good
He-
defensively, but going forward,
How
he's
many
not good
times
enough.
How many times
He's better than the others.
Lampard and Tuchel said that Reece could play in the midfield? How many times you heard them saying Reece is good enough to actually be a midfielder? He
the
Yeah,
end, yeah.
but
he moves like I know what's the situation you're saying, that Reece doesn't overlap sometimes midfielder. What he does, he shifts into that midfield, and that the player out forward moves into the wing space position. He goes wide, and Reece stays in a little bit more central. That's what Reece James does good.
Reece should play right centre back because he's got them crosses. Remember, Aspi had them crosses to Morata as right centre back. I think
Well,
that's
that's,
his.
that's,
that's
that's
his
why
spot.
Tuchel wanted
But I like
Hakimi,
Christensen in
bro.
that position as
That's
well.
why he wanted
Yeah,
Hakimi, mate.
Christensen's good
Alaba there
football
as
playing.
well.
You know what I
we can't
mean?
do that
And he
no
hasn't.
more,
He didn't get him, so he's forced to play Reece there or an Aspi, and then his last results Cho.
God,
In
I
my
actually
opinion,
finally made
Cho
my
Cho
point.
offers you the attacking sense of a wing back, and because he's not, but he's got the best attacking attributes. Reece James has got the best cross on him, and he's better defensively. He's more balanced as a right wing back, but he's not a right wing back. And Aspi's better defensively for me than going forward. So they're all imbalanced. Then none of them are a complete right wing back. And then
The dragging problem is with
Chilwell is a left back. Alonso's the only left wing back. But Alonso's what, 33?
It's too slow, yeah.
You
It's
know,
too
he's
slow.
too slow.
31.
If it suits him and he's got the support around him, he can get in positions and he can cause damage. But it's not enough to go for a whole season. It's just not possible. So Chilwell is your best result as a left wing back who gives you a bit more.
Yo, man, let's get
another
into the
thing.
lineup.
If we
Let's get
have,
into the lineup.
hold on, let me.
Yeah, we'll get into the lineup in a minute or
left
two.
thing. If we have a so pragmatic fullback like Aspi on the right, and really conservative Jorginho, and the left back that doesn't go forward, that it's like the game staying still is so slow. It's like, oh, we're still in the same possession. You know what I'm saying? That's and especially against the low block team. That's when I saw Barkley coming in and Robin Loftus-Cheek, and the game became a little bit alive. That's the whole thing from Juventus game. I'm out.
Right. Should we go into the starting lineup now? About time.
What are we doing? Are we doing what we want to happen or what we think will happen?
That's a big
I'm
question.
doing what I want.
What we want. Our lineup.
What we want.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
I know what I
You
want.
said
bro.
it.
I like
know
the
what I want.
reasonable one. Like the reasonable
Yeah.
one.
Say that
When
again.
this-
You're cutting out.
Hey,
so
Lou,
don't-
you can't eat
Lewis.
it.
Are we ready? Ready?
Yeah.
There we
Still
go.
remove-
There we go.
Remove
All right,
the
we'll set up.
Pornhub
Right.
app from your screen.
Man's got Mendy and Lukaku already in place. I love it.
Yeah, that'll be on
Sure, left wing, left wing as well. Get him ready.
Well, if you ask Johnny, Johnny will drop him.
That
Right,
should
but
make things
yeah,
easier.
maybe I would. Yeah, maybe I would.
Oh fucking hell! This again.
Right, so who are we going for the back three?
Chalobah, Christensen, Rudiger.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm going
Yeah,
as
give
I don't
Silva
see
some rest,
Thiago
man.
starting.
Christensen, Rudiger,
So Christensen, Rudiger, and who?
Asby.
Me
Nah,
and Oscar
Chalobah.
say Chalobah, and Johnny
Chalobah.
says
Chalobah,
Aspi.
Chalobah, man.
I go Chalobah.
Chalobah.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
would say Chalobah.
He showed in the
Chalobah,
Juve game
Aspi.
that he could hang, and I want to see more of him. He's looked so good. Like he has looked so good since coming back.
Chalobah.
Rudiger, and Aspi.
Danish Maldini.
Then he's stepping in
No, no,
midfield
no, no.
sometimes.
He does.
You say Rudiger and
Yes.
Aspi?
He started off as DM and
I
then he went
said
to
yes.
centre back.
I feel like Christensen should do that more as well.
No, that's Christensen, isn't it?
I think
Midfield.
Tuchel is so pissed off of Christensen after the game, he might will drop him just to make a point.
I don't think he was terrible though. I think he was
It wasn't.
decent.
It wasn't bad, but
Yeah, no, he just
I-
got texted by He got tested by Gaze.
He was spin off by. He was
getting
spin off.
isolated as a centre back.
Silva was slow.
Yeah,
to
he
Gazer
kept
as
getting
well.
1v1 battles.
Listen, when you get isolated as a centre back, it's your biggest nightmare. No one wants to be
Come on,
isolated.
the return of
He
Choa.
dealt
The
with it
return
well.
of Choa.
Aspi not,
Especially if you're not
Aspi
confident in
is
one-on-one.
actually really good on the right wing, right center back.
I'd go Chilwell and Cho.
Same. I can't be seeing
Chilwell has
Alonso
to
and
start.
Aspi again.
Yeah, Cho's not going on the right
yeah.
wing back, man.
Yeah,
He's not for me.
I actually would. I might.
Hey, I'm not joking yet. We need to try and mount our right wing back.
Nah, don't be silly, bro.
Are we gonna go Money Mace at wing back then?
Nah, man.
I'm being serious. If
What
you think
about
about it,
Saul? What about Saul? Saul played
That's
for
where we need him, bro.
Atletico. Saul played.
Bro, stick
You
Cho
want
on
to
the
do
left,
your
man.
job at
I
wing
just
back.
Right, left back
have
speak.
a right wing back.
Stick Cho on the left.
Chilwell's on the left.
Chilwell, yeah.
So who's playing at right wing back?
Cho, like
Cho, man.
let's be real. The two
Cho,
options we've
Aspi,
got,
Money Mace.
the two options we've got are Cho and Aspi, and I'm sick to death of seeing Aspi play and not put fucking crosses in. And the only other option is Cho. The only other option.
I want
Oh my
Cho,
god.
man.
Right, so
That's what he's
Hudson
done to
Odoi
you.
locked up at right wing back
Someone
again.
put Cho at right wing.
Look what
Free
they've
up
done
my
to you,
guy.
man.
He
Look what they've done
is
to you.
starving in that position.
Free him, like free the guy. It's actually disrespectful.
Dortmund should have
My
taken him
lineup-
over, but
In my lineup, Cho
As well.
Cho is actually on the left wing.
That's the same as my lineup.
this is
Same
what I
as mine.
want.
Same
here.
as mine, bro.
Yeah, put Cho left wing.
That's not.
I'm here
He
for it.
won't play there though.
But then
He will
who's
not
playing
play
right
there.
wing back? We're playing
Yeah, that's
Aspi
what I'm
again.
saying.
No.
Yeah,
He's got to
yeah.
play right
Be a
wing
bit
back.
No,
Cho,
I'm.
bruv.
Oh,
He's got to
Be a
play
bit
right wing
I've just
back,
seen him
man.
stink up the pitch twice in a row.
Put Mount right wing back.
And he's tired, bro. He's played
You don't
every
take the piss.
game.
And
I
I'm
don't
being
want that
serious. Think about it. Yeah,
tiredness, bro.
Mount's actually got the work rate for wing back, and he's got a good cross on him,
No, he's
and
wasted
he's
there, bro.
explosive.
He's wasted there, mate.
So is Cho, man.
What?
Yeah, but
Right, so
Cho,
who are we going
Cho's-
for right wing back? We're
Cho,
going for
Cho will
Cho.
not play left wing. He won't play.
Cho,
in
man,
there.
Cho.
Oh,
Cho.
That's why I asked at
Regrettably,
the
we're
beginning.
gonna
Are
have
we
to
doing what we
call
want or what's going to happen? Because what's
I'm
probably
doing
going to
what I
happen
think Tuchel's going to
is
do. I'm not
Cho
doing.
at wing
Yeah.
back.
You can
But
say what you
bit-
want,
a
but
little
let's be
bit of both.
reasonable.
I'm fed up of him at wing back. I'm just like, our attackers
I
ain't good
said, I'm
enough.
not
Give him
saying
a
he should-
chance.
Yeah,
I'm
but
not
what
saying
can
he
we
should
do
play
about
there
He's got
constantly.
to be.
I'm
He's
saying
got to be wing back in this game. I'm sorry.
All right,
Yeah,
if
Got
Joe's
to
playing
be.
wing back, then put Mount on the right because they link up.
yeah, I'll
Mount's going
say
to go on the right, 100%, and then you'll have. You're obviously he's going to pick the Lukaku and the third spot.
No,
Werner.
Oh,
no,
man.
no.
It's
Werner.
probably-
Werner.
Yeah, it's
No,
probably
go
going to
on.
be Werner, bruv. Werner
Whoever
or
you
Havertz.
say probably doesn't deserve to play there. Well, go on.
We've got 3 poor options to pick from. It has to be
It'll be
Werner.
Werner.
Yeah.
It'll be
Ziyech and
Werner.
Havertz are off form, and Werner
And
hasn't
then
played.
I'd put Jorginho on the right, obviously, and then
Yo, Timo's in Scotland, man.
I would put Ruben and Jorginho.
hey, I did same thing on my
I agree.
lineup. Jorginho and Robin Loftus.
Yeah, Jorginho and Ruben, I think is the best.
Yeah, that's what I would pick.
Saul would just get pressed to death in this sort of game. It
Yeah,
wouldn't be a
and
Did
Kovacic.
people
problem.
forget that
Guys.
Saul played fullback for Atletico?
Yeah,
Yeah,
got
but
left
that's
back
not
in
his
midfield.
actual position. He just got
I would
shit.
say
Who's on a win back his actual natural position?
no, but he played
Well,
on the
real
left.
one, it's a lot more natural for Azpilicueta
I was gonna
than
say.
it would be.
Bro,
Uh,
Saul
Yo,
only
Timo-
came because
Joe is more natural right wing back than Saul.
Yeah, because number
Okay.
one, he's right
Uh,
footed.
No, Aspi. Like Cho's just kind of been dashed there, to be honest. But it is what it is.
Timo's definitely
That's my
not
guy,
great.
Joe.
I think that's a great lineup. That's a great lineup.
Yeah,
Nah, Timo's not great for me.
No, but
Yeah,
Timo
but-
offers you the movement though. He offers you
Yeah.
the movement and pace, and
and who else are we going to play there?
Yeah, that is a great
Yeah.
lineup. I can't lie.
It is a great lineup
Oh my God.
because it's not low block. It's
It's
not
got
completely
pace,
low.
it's got
Good
intensity,
midfielders.
it's got
This would be my
skill.
ideal lineup, but I'd play
He's got
Pulisic on
Hey,
the
Trousers.
if we
Yeah, but-
create chances and Werner misses them up front, who do I blame? Is it
Do you know
Scott?
what we should do? Yeah, do
Me.
you know what we should do?
Who do I
Me.
get to shout at?
Me.
I think Ruben can play that left side and Kovacic plays.
Don't put Ruben on the wings, man.
But hang on. That's
No.
the exact
We don't
same
use
problem we
wingers,
had
man.
against
That's not a
Juve,
wing.
where
That's
you've
not
got
a
no
wing.
runners off Lukaku. We just said that against Juve we needed runners.
Because
No,
you
but
got
that
Mount in
should
there.
be Werner.
If Loftus-Cheek
Ruben
pushes
can make those
forward,
runs.
Mount can fill in with him. So that's
Ruben's
right.
not a winger,
If you put Ruben on the left, nah, man.
No,
It's not-
Werner
it's
should
not
be
dynamic
making those
enough.
runs off Lukaku.
Yeah, correct.
No, but do you know what ends up
Yeah.
happening though? Mount
Missing
kind of
all
dropped
the
deep in
time.
that 10
Yeah.
position. We have 2 strikers, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can happen in the game, Sledge. Yeah.
Werner may drop deep to collect the ball as well, but that can allow him to do 1-2s with Romelu Lukaku.
And he presses, bro.
Now Lukaku needs to drop deep.
Listen, Mount
and
and
then
Werner
Werner
will
makes runs.
press better.
No, he doesn't.
Mount and Werner will press
does
better
he
than
do?
Ziyech and Havertz. 100% they press better. So Lukaku can obviously hold up with their defence, and then Mount and Werner will press. And then
Oscar, look at the chat.
I think that's a really strong lineup. It's got a lot of energy, pace,
Who's coming?
intensity. Definitely, man.
GNA TV. Lukaku missed the chance against Juve. Oscar, did you shout it?
Oh, okay. So
No,
hold on, let me
because
respond to this.
Lukaku has 4 goals in 8
Lukaku
games.
missed 22 big chances missed and scored 6 league goals when I start shouting out at Lukaku. The same way I'm doing that, Werner.
That was sarcasm. That was sarcastic, man.
Yeah,
I'm
fair
just
enough.
saying, bro, because they're comparing two situations. Strikers miss chances, but they don't miss 22 big chances.
Timo Werner is a Championship League winner. Lukaku is not. Come back with something different.
We got Fata saying someone said Timo deserves not to play. You lot stop stinking up the stream while I'm not here. Big up yourself anyway,
The
bro.
only
But we
other
got Timo
option-
Werner into the lineup, bro.
He doesn't
The
deserve
only other option that I would say is if you did drop Lukaku and you bring him on second half, you put Kai Havertz false 9.
Nope.
I would be
To be
tempted
honest,
to do
yeah.
that.
No way.
I think Havertz
Luka-
plays.
OS think Lukaku is not the problem right here, bro.
I'm not.
I
Thinking,
don't
I
think-
don't think Lukaku is the problem.
I don't think Lukaku is our problem. I mean, if you watch the Juventus game, you can see Kovacic and Jorginho. That combination is very bad.
No,
You
that's
can
not-
watch
no,
them.
That's not a bad combination, bro.
It's
They
a
had
bad
no
combination. It's a bad
Come on,
combination
man.
from
No, it's
from
not,
that
bro.
from that
Bro.
game, bro. Bro, from that game, it was a
That's
bad
because
combination.
I've
Because
explained
you
it.
could see-
we didn't have any
wait,
outlet, bro.
wait.
There's
I'm-
no outlet for them. No Mount
Because
or
you could-
Kante. Where do you want them to go?
That's what I'm talking about. Because you could see both of them passing the ball to each other and take it back.
Yeah.
None
And
of
then
them
you've got
could.
Aspi and
None
Alonso,
of
no
them.
wing-backs.
None of them could take the ball past one defenders of
what are you
Can I ask you a
Juve.
question? Can I ask you a question?
So what are you
Do
saying?
think they saw
Ruben
an
should have
option to
started,
pass
yeah?
forward and they ignored it?
Yes.
Nah.
Really?
So are you saying Ruben
Yes.
should have started?
Of course
Yes.
They didn't ignore it.
Well, sometimes they do,
Yes.
bro. Sometimes they do. Let's not lie.
I see
But-
what you're saying.
Because there was no mount, so
Ziyech
I
and
think he should
Havertz's
have taken
movement
the
was awful.
space.
They were hiding in the game.
What's that?
If there was a mount
Ziyech's
in the
movement
game,
was
it would
awful
have
and
been
Havertz was
a
getting
different
manhandled
case.
by
Ziyech
Ziyech.
always does a Houdini, bruv. He's meant to be a magician. He's doing a Houdini, bruv. Every game he
That's
plays,
a wizard.
bruv.
What kind of wizard is this, bro? Allow
Do you know what I mean?
I'm done, bro.
He makes himself disappear, bruv.
I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Fucking Ziyech, bruv.
Supposed to be a most
He's
creative
28
player,
years
you know.
old, our most experienced player, bruv. And he pulls no rabbit out of no hat, bruv. Pulls out his bollocks, mate. That's it. That's all he does. The guy needs to
Yeah.
sort it out, bruv.
I
He
thought the
needs to
Juve
fix
game
up.
he was gonna do something. 'cause
But then you come out academy player and Johnny's like, stop coming at your own players, man.
Listen, I back all my players. Everyone knows that, but Ziyech, bruv, he's very hard to back right now, bruv. He's very hard to back.
Yo, Xavi, are you
Back your players.
Xavi, are you still backing Ziyech?
No, bro. If he's not performing for Chelsea, he needs to go, bro. Like,
Yeah, listen,
I don't
guys,
don't
let's
care.
not let Havertz off the hook as well, yeah? Because I'm sorry, bro. He's been
Yeah.
awful
Havertz
for the last 4 or
has
5 games.
done a lot more
Havertz,
than Ziyech,
Ziyech,
has done,
they're
bruv.
all getting it. All of them.
I'm sorry, bro.
Havertz
Yeah.
is young, man. That's the difference. Havertz is young. Ziyech is
That's
20,
fair,
what,
bro.
29?
We had excuses
Ziyech
last
doesn't
year
get
of
a
COVID.
pass,
Sorry,
bruv.
we had excuses last year of the disease.
Ziyech
No,
is
the difference
getting old,
the
yeah.
difference between Havertz and Ziyech is Ziyech doesn't have time, but Havertz does. But doesn't mean that
Yeah.
Havertz
there's
can't
no time at
perform. He
Chelsea,
still needs
bro.
to perform. He still needs to perform. That's my
There's no
point.
time at
Don't worry
Chelsea.
about
Yeah,
Havertz,
no,
bruv.
no,
Havertz
no one's
is
saying he
silky,
doesn't need to
bruv. He's
What
a
time,
German,
bro?
bruv.
What time?
What's
What
this still
time are you
gonna do for
talking
me,
about,
Johnny,
bro?
man? What's this still gonna do for me?
The
What's it
silk,
gonna do?
bruv.
What time are you
It's so
talking
nice on
about?
your
That's the
skin
thing, he's
sense, bruv.
silky. He's silky. Do you know what it is? I don't know why, yeah? I do have time to have a bit more time than some of these other players.
So,
But yeah, he needs to step it up because his performances have been
Silky
shocking.
German
Oscar, I
won
know
us the
why that
Champions
is.
League, mate.
I don't know
Why?
what time you guys are
Cheers,
talking
man. I
about.
appreciate it a lot, man.
Because
what did
if
you
you,
start?
I
I said
don't
it's
know
a
what
Champions
time
League, though.
you guys are talking about
No, because I
Ziyech.
had time.
Because if you do well in a
all the time.
particular game, you will be given the chance to play another, and you will do well again.
What?
When you do well, when you do very well in the few minutes you are given to play a game, you will obviously be given another chance.
So what's your point?
Nah.
Yes.
Can I be honest?
Yes.
Can I be honest, bro? Do you know
No,
what
I
I think?
don't-
about
Why you?
with Kai?
I don't
A
get
lot of
it.
us, a lot of us think that we have this idea of Kai being this great player in the future. And listen, he could be a great player. He could be one of the best players in the world.
He's
But
generational.
as a club, we know what we are. We know Chelsea. We need results now. We can't keep giving him space and giving him time. I think he's going to be a great player. Like,
yeah, but Slens, this is down to the front line gelling with Lukaku. They've got.
But also, Slens, when it comes to Havertz has been taken out of the team. Havertz doesn't start every week. There's times when Havertz drops a think like all of us, none of us put Havertz in the team, and none of us think Tuchel is going to force Havertz in the team on Saturday, even though he didn't play poor. But we saw it last season with a couple of players who, when they were playing poor, they were given opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. So when it comes to Havertz, that's why I said I have a bit more time. Because he last season showed us in games, not even the Champions League final, Champions League semi-final against Real Madrid, that game against Fulham, that game against Crystal Palace, he showed us opportunities where he can be really, really dangerous. And if he doesn't perform, Tuchel takes him out. He's done it.
Oscar,
with him, it's a meritocracy.
Oscar, the point is though,
that Real Madrid game,
he was playing predominantly false nine.
But you guys forget that was false nine.
My point is, if Havertz isn't playing false nine, where does he fit in? How does Tuchel fit him in to get the best out of him? And that's why I'm saying to you, because Lukaku's been brought into the front line, it's affected everyone in the front line. So from last season, we're waiting for them to gel. We did get some sort of fluidity in gelling. Now we're going 2 steps back to readjust and reset to
Johnny,
gel with Lukaku.
Can I ask you all a question? Sorry to interrupt. Can I ask you all a question? What do you guys think is Havertz's biggest strength? Like, what's his biggest strength as a forward?
For me, it's the coolness. Like, he's cool. He doesn't.
His intelligent movement off the ball.
It's not really a quality.
No, it is a quality.
He's ice
He reminds me of Berbatov.
No, he's got a bit of Bergkamp in him, bro.
I think Havertz is a poacher, so that's why the false nine is his best position.
No,
he looks like
he's not a winger. He's not creative.
I feel like he's good using his head.
Nope. Yeah, no, it's very scary that no one can answer this question.
He's the damn mineral.
I said his movement off the ball.
I didn't hear you.
No,
I think like I do like, so for instance, like the Champions League final, his ability to recognize and attack the space is very like for his age. It's like you can't teach that. Like,
and his quick train of thought. He know when he gets a ball. If you look at Leverkusen as well, he'll get the ball and he makes his pass so quick, bruv, so sharp, and then he makes the run and he gets into position.
Yeah,
he likes the ghost. He's silky. He's got.
He does that with Mount, though. He doesn't do that with Lukaku.
I need to understand this. What I keep hearing, he's silky. Like,
yeah, he's silky, bruv.
Yeah, with what? Like,
he's everything. He's elegant. He's elegant on the ball.
It's aesthetics, man. He looks good.
Yeah, exactly.
He has nice flicks. Yeah.
That's what I meant when I said the coolness.
And he's strong. For a lanky kid, he's strong, man.
You know the people saying
in a tackle as well.
Strong, man.
Wait, let me say something.
The Juve game showed that.
You see the people that want us to change formation.
He was. Madrid was a great performance, bro.
Yeah, but that's what we want.
Look who pops up in the comments.
Continuously want them levels. But he's got the minerals, bro. There's no doubt about Kai Havertz, man. Don't worry about Kai. King Kai is.
You guys can I give you the stat. He's got 1 dribble completed in 14 attempted in last.
Oh, don't worry, man. He scored the most important goal.
I don't think
he's living off this. That was last
we
season.
played 6 games or 7 games, bro.
Havertz is not a dribbler, though.
To criticize what he's done on those 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, but I'm not going to be harsh on him, bro. There's no need to be harsh on him, bro. He's going to come
I'm not being
good.
Listen, I'm harsh with all of our players.
Harsh and
maybe I'm
being
a bit
critical.
but I'm just like that.
For me,
you have to be
I'm
realistic.
not worried about him. He's the
for me, the one thing that Kai,
Sleds, are you German?
Is if he's going to play in the final third, he needs to be clinical in the final third. There was opportunities for him to score or assist against Tottenham, against Liverpool. He didn't take those chances. So it's like, when you have space, what are you doing with that space? And then when you don't have space, like against Juventus, you're ineffective completely. He needs to perform better.
That's what I'm saying. His link up with Mount is more than his link up with
when he plays with Mount,
Lukaku.
he's so much
yes,
better.
bro.
So
You're
much
new,
better.
so you've just got yourself into the lottery
for me,
Chelsea home kit. Big up yourself. I can't pronounce your name. I'm sorry. Tasha Miswa. I guess I'm sorry if I butchered that.
Masonda. He's a Chelsea player. He's talking about Chelsea player.
Maybe Charlie Masunda should get a chance.
Charlie
to play in the
Masunda.
next game. Alright, if Charlie
love the kid.
Masunda gets a
Bring
role
Kakuta
in the
back,
front
bruv.
three positions before Hudson-Odoi does. He needs to hand in a transfer request.
I can't lie. Galkaku's actually falling out in the French league.
Dude,
I
that
love
kid,
Gal
that kid
Kakuta,
can
man.
dribble.
I had such
But
high-
man is
high
good. Man is
expectations,
good.
bruv.
Damn,
Man
I
is so
remember,
good.
man.
He
I thought
could
he
move
would
the ball
overtake
past
Hazard.
two, 3 defenders.
What are you talking about?
Mosunda is very good. Mosunda.
Oh,
He
Wait,
could
wait,
move
Timmy,
the
Timmy,
ball.
can I just say, bro?
We have
I
to-
put
we
him
have
in
to
a
be
couple of
question about
times
Hazard.
in
It's not
starting
general. I'm just
lineups.
asking a question.
If Musunda gets left wing before Cho does, imagine.
Yo, I'll
mate.
find out where Tuchel is if that happens.
If I'm
man.
Cho,
I'll
by
bad
right,
enough.
by
No,
now,
but he
I'm
definitely tried to move.
Slens, what's your thoughts on Havertz then?
Did a Wilfred Zaha with David Moyes.
Who's that?
So you know.
Yes, Sleds, you asked the question. Why you not answer your own question?
No, well, my headphones are really bad. What was the question? Sorry, bro.
You the one that asked the question. We want to know
What's his
your
biggest
answer.
trait? What's his biggest trait? I'm not sure. Listen, I think.
I'll be real.
Oh,
The problem is, I think it's playing in the half spaces, but the problem is he can't do that in this system.
Yeah, but listen, against Juventus, his biggest weakness was not actually going into that half space and not occupying that space.
No, but that's my point. Is because him and Ziyech are playing slightly wider, so they can't pick the half space in between the two centre backs and the midfielders. That's what I'm on about, like in centrally, whereas he can't do that.
Do you know when our most fluid attack was for me? The most fluid attack was Pulisic, Havertz, and Mount.
Well, it had no end product though, so.
Well, we won games with them.
The Palace.
Yeah, we won. That game was ridiculous.
I feel like
Yeah, but we won the
regardless,
game,
we just
bro.
have
Do you like
to.
Pulisic on the right?
I feel like regardless, we have to learn how to play.
Oh,
with Lukaku.
Mount was on the right, I think, and Pulisic was on the left.
Mount was on the right.
Yeah.
It was
I
like
like
Crystal
that. I
Palace
like
game,
that
yeah.
front line.
Cho played right wing back that
It's
game.
got excellent movement. It's dynamic.
Wow.
It's pressy. Do you know what I mean? It's got everything in there, bro.
Apart from quality finishes.
I think you need,
Clinicality,
yeah, you want
exactly.
that clinicalness, and I think Kai can give you that. But now Lukaku's in the side, I don't know when he's going to play false nine again, bruv. And that
Probably
worries
never.
me.
No, but he's not a false nine, to be fair.
He is, man. He is.
No, he's not.
In an interview, I swear he said he's a number 10. not
He's a
false
10.
nine.
He said he can play inside. He can play
He's a 10, but he actually really good in
The
false
reason why
nine.
he plays, the only reason why he played striker
Yeah,
for
he can't-
Leverkusen is
he's a
because
second
they needed
striker, in
him
my
to play
opinion.
there.
He's not-
Hold on a second. Remember, you the one that told me that we should not. You told us that it should be your own failure if you expect a player to be something a little more than what he is. Well, Kai Havertz actually, I agree with Johnny for once that Kai Havertz actually really decent in false nine, and that's
Yeah.
what he actually did for half of the season.
Cool.
For sure.
Is he a recognised striker?
Sorry, go on.
No.
But he
No, no.
performed.
Then
No,
why
I'm
would
saying
you play
he's
him
a
as
ten.
striker?
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
look
he's a
at the
ten.
way
Scott,
City
really
play.
good
I
at
think the
false
problem
Play with a
is,
false
I think the
nine,
problem
bruv.
is
They ain't got
he's
a
not
striker.
recognised
Look at the way
anywhere.
they play. I
He's a
love
number
the fact
10.
that
We don't
it's
play with
fluid.
like a
It's
proper
it's
out and out
fluid
like.
and versatile, mate. We
Scott,
don't
how
have
can you be a
that.
10 if you can't
We
create,
don't
bro?
have that, bruv.
Yeah, that's my thing.
Then are we just giving up on him?
No.
Don't go to that extreme. I'm just
No.
wondering,
But like,
because you're saying he's a 10.
Oscar's just said he's not really natural anywhere. So if he's not natural anywhere, then where do we play him?
No, I think it hasn't been figured out yet.
He was doing great before, bruv. He was doing fine before. Was he or was he not?
Yeah, at false nine.
At the back
doing
end of
okay.
last season, we were coming to form. We had fluidity. We had everything going for us, bruv. All we need
Apart
to do is
from
put the
no
ball
one
in the
was
net,
clinical.
right? Yeah, but
He's
we won the
actually
fucking-
really good at
we won
one
the
two.
Champions League and we
He's
were
actually
clutching
one good
games,
with
bruv,
passes,
yeah?
short passes.
But now
1-2.
Lukaku's coming to the side. That's the fucking thing, bro.
And he
That's
scored
the
4 in
spanner, bruv.
8. Without Lukaku, we don't beat Zenit.
Wait, so Johnny, who are we blaming exactly? Are we blaming
I think Tuchel's got a problem right now. I think he's got a serious problem. I really
Who?
do. I think he's got a big problem right now.
Johnny,
How
do
he's
you know
gonna
my issue?
fit in an 80 million Havertz, 100 million Lukaku, a 50 million Werner, a Mason Mount, a 58 million Pulisic.
5 cents, man, Mount.
Well, where are you gonna fit all these guys in, bro?
Yeah.
I know
I mean,
this
Pep does quite well, doesn't he?
is a great to have as a coach and as a club to have all these options, but it's also a fucking hindrance right now, and it's a
Yeah,
big
and a lot
problem.
of them
And I
are
don't know
gonna
how. I don't
How's
know
it-
how Tuchel's
How's it a
gonna
problem? The whole
magically
point
Yeah.
football is a squad game. How's it a problem having a stacked squad?
I've been
Morning.
watching these last 8 games, and have we found
Yo,
any
Xavi,
fucking
mute, man.
consistency, bro? We haven't had
It's only
any
a problem when
consistency.
they're not performing, yeah? If they're
Exactly.
performing, then it's
Oh,
not a
my
problem.
bad.
Because City have the same problem you're talking about, man.
Yeah, and Pep does
Nah, but
fine.
their players perform though.
He doesn't have a
problem
fucking
is-
Lukaku, bruv, or a
Guys,
Kane. They have false nines. They put De Bruyne there like we would play Havertz.
To be fair,
there.
Pep will never
That's
buy
how
a
they
player
play.
like
Even when they had Aguero, they still had the same problem with squad depth, didn't they?
Guys, can we be honest though?
No.
Listen, in terms of the false nine thing, yeah, I just want to say, like, it should never be your out and out position, because that, for me, that position isn't very common, like in football. Like, it's very specific, right?
Yeah.
So being a false nine is not a good thing. You should be someone who can play as a 10 and a false nine. Like, look
What
at
about
Sterling,
Paris
look at
Saint-Germain,
De Bruyne.
Slens? What's their
Sorry?
front line? What's Paris
Sorry?
Saint-Germain's front line? Paris
Well,
Saint-Germain.
their best front line is Messi, Neymar,
Right,
Mbappe.
right, hold on a minute. Are any of them proper typical strikers, bruv?
Yeah,
Mbappe.
they can play in other
What
positions,
Mbappe
though.
is.
That's the point I'm
Is,
getting
is
to, Johnny.
Mbappe a centre forward in the central
Yeah,
position?
he
He's
is.
not. He's not.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he is.
He's
He's a
actually
striker.
begging
Play
to
on the
play.
wings.
Yeah.
He is,
I'm
but because
saying
of his
you
pace,
should never
he
be
can
your
play on
out and
the
out
wings.
position. Just like Werner should never be his position where
They
it's a
all
left forward.
inter-exchange with each other. It's fluidity. They move about. Yeah,
Of course,
we haven't
of course,
got
you should
that.
always
We
have that
haven't got
trait.
that with
Well,
Lukaku.
Slens, what are you saying? We
Do
bought
all
system,
the
please, then.
do we
What did you say?
do all the
You say we-
strikers have the same abilities? Some strikers,
No.
Lukaku plays better with the back to the goal.
I've just mentioned to you like our front line of Havertz, Pulisic. You can even have Cho in there. You can have Mount in there. Why is
Does-
that? Why
does
is that
Bayern
not?
do any of
That's
what you've
fluid,
just
that's
mentioned?
Fluid, bro. That's
I
absolute
swear
fluidity.
we've never had that in our
Wait, Johnny,
history,
did you
to be
understand what I
fair.
said though?
What
I'm
did you
saying
say, bro?
is- what I'm trying to say is, listen, like you're talking about the PSG front line. Mbappe can play in the false nine, that's good, but he can also play in other positions. I'm saying, as a footballer, you can't tell me that his main position is a false nine. Like that should
Yeah,
never
but
be your main position.
Slens, Havertz does drift. If you watch the games, like you'll see Pulisic drift into the centre forward position. You'll see Mount drift in there when Havertz has gone right or Pulisic has gone left. They inter-exchange with each other to fill those three positions.
I think what Slans
And we
trying to say,
haven't
there's
got
no
that
such
now.
thing as a false nine position. There's
Even
no
Conte,
footballer.
bruv. Even
Yeah,
Conte
but Johnny,
said.
look at
even
teams,
Conte,
right, hang
even
on. Look
Conte
at-
said Lukaku
Yo,
goes
Johnny,
left and right, bruv. Yeah.
Look at
And he
teams
doesn't do
that
that in our
play.
team.
Look at
Yo,
teams that
Johnny,
have
but
played or
hold-
play with a false
Come on.
nine. The false nine is a facilitator for other people to score goals. Look at City; they've got so
Yeah,
many goal
Man
scorers.
City,
Look at
Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
We've got so if Havertz plays the false nine, where are the fucking goals coming from,
You got Pulisic and Mount, bruv. You got
They
Werner.
don't score now.
bro? Our
Yeah,
top
but
goal
we
scorer last
have those
season in the
Mount-
league was 7, and they
Yeah,
were
but you're
all
going by
penalties.
last season, bruv. But they've had a whole season to get used to each other. Now you
We've
got
got, in
now
our
you need
attacking
this
line, the
season,
only person
bruv.
we've added is Lukaku. So of course I'm going to go off last season when it was the same
Bruv,
players.
the point I'm making is you're never going to see that, bruv. That's gone
Alright,
now.
so
That
why
way
did you
of
want
playing is
Haaland?
Hold
gone.
on a second.
Why is that?
Let me ask Johnny
That's
something.
man.
So you think we should bench Lukaku until we find the fluid game between Kai and Lukaku? That's what you're trying to say?
I'm saying the problem is going to be how you play Kai and Lukaku together. Yes,
That's
so
what I
a
just
big-
asked you.
Wait,
Yeah, yeah,
Until
Johnny,
we
you
cannot,
wanted Haaland.
until
You know
we
Haaland
cannot
is
find
basically
the.
the same as
Okay,
Lukaku.
so
You've
Wait,
got to
why
drop
did you
one
want
or the other.
Haaland?
You just
got to
mad.
drop
Yeah,
one
so
or the
why
other.
did you
Yeah,
want
why did you
Haaland?
want
then?
Haaland? Why did you want Haaland?
Haaland,
I want
bruv,
Haaland
he
too.
can press,
I want
bruv.
Haaland too
He's a
before-
very,
No,
he's a
wait,
very
wait,
good
wait.
presser, bruv. He's a very good presser.
No,
He's
he
good with his
isn't.
feet.
No, he's
Haaland
not.
Yes, he
does.
is.
Haaland
Yes,
does
he is,
not press.
bruv.
If
He's
you
all
say
over
so,
the
mate.
gaff,
If you
bruv.
say so. If you
I like
say so.
Haaland. I wanted
the
Haaland
board,
before,
the board wanted
but
him first
the
choice.
money-wise,
that,
it's
you know,
not
they
working.
bought Lukaku, and that's that.
Oh, because
bruv.
the board wanted him. Now that's why you wanted him.
Yeah,
I've
but
always
before
wanted
we
him. I've
go-
always wanted him, bruv.
Johnny,
When have I never
Johnny, the
wanted
facts
Haaland?
are we needed
I've
a
never
Just
wanted
striker.
before we go off into World War III, Salman says Chelsea have no attacking plan for the attackers. More like the attackers just have no clue what they do and they get the
So
fucking
let me.
ball. Salman
Nah,
says
The
I've
point
done
is, you're
Tuchel's
never,
attacking
you're only
structure.
going to see,
I
you're only going to
wouldn't.
see the
It's
front
not
three,
Tuchel's
bruv.
fault. That's
You're,
Tuchel's
no,
fault.
it's not
We ain't
Tuchel's
blaming
fault.
Tuchel.
It's not. It's not. But
Let me-
now,
Let me
He
ask
doesn't
you.
play
So
toilet
it's his
cleaner.
problem,
there's the
bruv. It's
play.
his problem
There's the
now.
people on this panel
It's
that
his
actually choose. Like if you had a choice between Haaland and Lukaku, there's people on the panel that actually choose Lukaku before Haaland.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Right
Right now,
here.
actually.
Right here.
There was a lot of them.
Okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
was Lukaku over Haaland the
wasn't.
entire summer. I
I
never
was
switched
Haaland.
them.
I was Haaland, but now I'm Lukaku.
Well, yeah, I was same thing. I was Haaland until I saw Raiola and all that kind of shit, and there's like,
Yeah,
Not even
obviously,
that,
that
though.
baggage
I was
is
going
a
to say,
ball
what
ache.
Yeah,
would
but
Haaland
that
be
doesn't
doing in this
mean
team
that
any
you weren't
differently,
going
by
to
the way?
be here for
The
more
what?
than 3
No.
years.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
not,
What
not
would
really.
Haaland
even
do?
that,
That's a
though, but like-
pointless. That's a pointless question. What would Haaland do different.
No, it's not.
What do
because
I know?
this-
He's never here. I don't know.
No, he's
If he
trying to
was
say
here,
that
I
No,
would
no,
have
he's
seen
not.
without a creator as well.
Johnny, who's
yeah,
more
he's just
complete?
saying that the system
Ah.
is not conducive for producing good chances for the striker
Hold on.
yet.
Yeah.
The only
If
reason
we're
Lukaku
why
blaming
I
the
scoring
striker for what's
on-
going on, then
Lukaku's been scoring off
we're having a
minimal
laugh.
chances. If Haaland was
All-
here, he'd also be getting minimal chances.
Here's no. Here's the reason why I wanted Haaland before. For the one reason, people keep saying that Lukaku did what he did in Inter is good, but he played counter-attacking game for Conte. The problem is Haaland for me was better because he was suited us better because we're a possession team game, and Haaland can create it for the possession team. That's why I wanted Haaland.
Yeah,
All
that's
right, who's
true.
Johnny?
That's true.
Johnny, who's more
Yeah,
complete?
but right
Haaland
now,
or
the
Lukaku?
What I'm saying is my
Forget
point
the
is,
Haaland.
forget-
Lukaku is my
forget-
striker
forget-
right
listen,
now.
Listen, forget
agree.
Haaland, bruv. He's not our player. Lukaku's our
Yeah.
player.
Exactly.
All right.
Okay.
Now the discussion is about, for me, how you fit Havertz and Lukaku. In my opinion, I only think you can play one or the other because I don't think they can play together, and that is the problem.
bench Kai.
Yeah,
That is the
Kai,
problem.
bench
Well,
Kai.
the problem is,
100%
yeah,
bench Kai
right? How
because
do you
he's a proven goal scorer,
explain to
Lukaku.
how do you explain to Mr. Abramovich, bruv, that your £80 million signing who won you the Champions League is going to sit on the bench because you bought Lukaku?
How
The
do you,
same
how
way
do
you
you
will
explain
explain it to him
your
100 million
£100 striker?
He
sit
did
on
not-
the bench?
Exactly.
Shut up for 1 minute, yeah. Let me
I
finish.
completely
Shut up.
disagree.
Let me
Can I
finish,
respond to
bruv.
you,
Yeah.
bro? Can I
Let me
respond to
finish,
you?
bruv.
Fucking idiot.
1 second, Sense, bruv. Let me just
Oh
finish.
my
Go on, go on.
All right. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you play those two together, it's not working. That's the second thing. The third
No,
thing
that's
is
nonsense.
you cannot drop if you drop Lukaku, you play Kai Havertz in the false nine. I don't in this formation the way we're playing, he doesn't suit any other position for me. All right, he just doesn't.
Does
Johnny,
Mount?
Johnny,
Mount-
can I ask-
hold
That's
on a
no one's
second.
fault.
Did
That's
Tuchel
not
just
his fault.
did
We're all
Tuchel just said on the
one
said in the
by
press
Yeah, one at a
conference?
time. One at a time.
Yeah. Did Tuchel just say on a press conference that Mount and Kovacic link up with Lukaku?
Well,
Johnny,
they
I'm
have
asking.
to. We've got no choice.
actually don't
bruv.
agree.
So here's the thing. Tuchel said from right now at this particular moment, only people that found a good link up with Lukaku as a center forward is Mount and Kovacic. And you saying drop Lukaku and put Kai over there? Are you fucking mad?
Well,
You're tired
Also-
of that.
if you're
I don't know what
asking me
TV
right
they
now,
talk.
is it working in
Johnny.
the last two games, bruv? It's not working. All right.
Yeah, but Johnny.
It worked
in
previous
fairness,
4 games before that.
Here's what I'll say in the situation. Yeah,
He's
If I-
walking.
Not
You
really,
give him a
not
good
really,
pass.
bruv,
Give him a
because
good
we weren't-
pass.
We weren't performing, bro.
Can I make a
What shit
point,
he's
Johnny?
saying is not working.
Guys,
Go
let
on,
us
make a
go
point.
on, go on, go
Yo,
on.
let us go talk.
Look, the idea that Havertz and Lukaku can't play together is nonsense. Like, we've only seen them together for about 3 games. And in that first
Yeah.
half against Liverpool, we looked very, very dangerous. We just weren't clinical in the final third. Same thing in the first half against
Arsenal.
Tottenham.
But you're
We had
missing
there
who's
was
played with them,
counter-attacking
though.
opportunities
Mount was
to
there.
create chances. Exactly.
Also, the Liverpool game we
But
played
you're-
on the counter. We played on the counter, not possession.
What's your
That's-
point? We're gonna have big games. We're gonna have big games where we have to do that anyway. Like, there's different ways to
No,
play.
I'm saying
Those
in
two can
possession,
play
I don't
together.
think Havertz and Lukaku can play together. In the counter,
We're
it might
basing
work.
this off 3 games. We're genuinely
Cap.
basing
Exactly.
this
You're
off 3
basing it
games.
off 3 games. It's
Sample
cap.
size
Like,
is
they can play
small, guys.
together.
Yeah.
Wait, is it just a Lukaku
Only the
thing
future
or?
will decide this.
Wait.
But what I'm saying to you is Tuchel
Oh my days.
has some serious problems, mate. He's got some
Are
serious
we?
problems.
Wait, Johnny, I just have to say something.
And it's gonna and the only one that's gonna suffer ain't Lukaku, ain't Havertz, or any other player. It's Tuchel that's gonna suffer
yeah.
because he'll get the
That's
chop.
agreed.
And
Well,
that's
I gotta say
bullshit,
something.
bruv, because he's elite.
Why would
Johnny,
he
I
get the
got to tell you
top,
something.
though?
Listen. Who's on our bench? Who's the first name on our bench in terms of the backup goalkeeper?
Kepa, bruv.
Kepa.
How much was he worth?
He's 80 million, bruv.
Then why is he on the
Man,
bench?
Roman understands
but
business.
they're-
But I'm,
yeah,
I'm
but
not saying.
do you
Wait,
know
let me
what,
just.
yeah?
I'm not saying Kai will have the same outcome as Kepa. Definitely not. I'm not saying that. Kai still has a lot to go to reach, but I'm saying it's not. I don't care about price tags. What I care about is the proven goal scorer that we have, which is Lukaku, in 3 different leagues. That's the proven goal scorer that we have, yeah. And I want to see him. Sorry, not 2 different leagues. I want to see him. I want to see our attack built around him. I'm not going to trust Kai with our attack, having the keys to our attack yet. I'll trust Lukaku more than that.
Yeah, but
Because I've seen him do it in bigger
Slens.
games.
I agree, yeah, but at the same
Yeah.
time, it works both ways in the sense that Lukaku's got to adapt to his teammates and his system as well,
Agreed.
which I'm not so sure if he's maybe struggling with that right now. And also, if it's not working, all right, and we're going to keep losing or drawing games, where do you draw the line, bruv? Where Tuchel's going to have to make decisions.
Yeah, like he did in Tottenham and drop Mount.
He didn't drop Mount, bruv. He bought,
He,
bought Kante
he
on,
actually
bruv.
told, he
Fuck
actually
going back to this
said,
again. Fuck going back
he
to this again.
actually
Bruv,
said
stop
today.
bringing it up, bruv, because
Okay,
I'll just
he
mute you
actually
again. And I
said
can't be
today.
asked
I
to.
get what Johnny's trying to say though.
CBA to argue.
Oh, Johnny's gonna get in his feeling.
I
Yo,
can't be
man,
asked
Actually
wait,
to, bruv.
said
Johnny,
this
Honestly.
today in a press conference. He dropped Mount because he wasn't
He
playing.
didn't
good.
drop him, bruv.
Yes,
didn't
he
drop
did.
him.
Watch the press
He
conference.
wanted-
My
he
bad.
wanted-
He
Do you know
didn't
what?
drop
that's
him.
what
He
he
just
said
want
on
him
the
to get fit. Simple.
Well,
That's what he
talking
said in
waffle,
the press.
bruv.
Watch the press conference and you will hear it.
I heard
He
everything,
We are-
bruv. You don't
Yeah.
need
We
to
all
tell me
watched the
nothing, mate.
press conference.
Yo, man. So
He just
Johnny, are
he
you
just
are you
wanted
saying that?
Lukaku to get fit.
Yo, chill. Are you saying that? Oh, what's it
What
called?
are you talking? What
Havertz.
Who's?
Are
Shut
you
up for
saying
a minute.
Havertz?
Let him guys speak, man.
Yeah. Are you saying Havertz can't play like with any
They're
like
talking.
number 9? Is that what you're saying? Like, if we bring a number 9 into this team, Havertz cannot play. Is that what you're saying?
I just
Johnny.
at Leverkusen he played the false 9. That was what he played.
He played as
didn't
a 10
really
to begin with.
Yeah, that's what
He
I'm
also
saying.
played as a
Johnny from the I give it to Johnny. Johnny was fair. From the get, he didn't want Lukaku.
Yeah, but that then why did you want Haaland? Is what I'm saying.
Because Haaland's just fucking. He's look at what he's doing at Dortmund, bruv. It's
Bro,
ridiculous.
In the
Haaland will
Bundesliga.
struggle
Look at what
with
Werner
these
did
wing
in the
backs.
Bundesliga.
Yeah, I know, but he's doing it in Champions League, bruv.
Bro,
It's not-
that's
it's not
German
even
league.
about-
That's
but
not
Johnny-
England. That's
It's not about
German
the
league.
league. It's about the chances he
It's
gets.
about the
Team he's playing
league,
with.
bruh.
It's about the
gets-
profile of the
about the
player,
transfer.
and
No, no,
Haaland doesn't do anything else
he
in
just
his team.
smashes. He gets the chance and he
It's
bags
also
it
about
every
the
time,
league.
bruv.
All right, can I ask a
But
question?
the
to
bottom
everyone,
line is,
yeah?
I don't want to
You-
talk about Haaland, bruv.
Look,
There's no
Do you
point
know?
talking
Do you
about
know how many players that have come to England and flopped woefully? A lot of them.
Yeah, but
A
that
lot.
depends. To be fair, that depends. Can I ask a question to like everyone? Yeah.
Okay.
Who do you think is more complete, Haaland or Lukaku? Who's the more
Lukaku.
complete striker?
Easy.
Lukaku.
Lukaku
yeah?
should be.
No,
He's,
yeah,
the, he's the
Lukaku.
finished article,
It's
isn't he?
Lukaku.
He's in his
I
prime.
don't. We
One
did
Not
this
should
like
be.
all
He
time,
is.
guys.
One sec. Salman saying Lukaku's big game allegation holds weight. Hear what
No,
you're
it
saying,
doesn't.
but we don't have a lot of big games coming up. So now's
Like,
the time for Lukaku.
I
to
have
turn
a
up.
question. Why you mean?
Saki, just
Go ahead,
before
ahead.
you go to
Yeah.
that, Saki Sak says Lukaku is not the issue here. The issue is our attacking players. All of them are out of form. Tuchel keeps changing the front players for the same reason.
Exactly.
That's it as well because of a big
Right.
lack of chemistry. Because we keep
Good point.
rotating the front three. The same thing was with the defense back in the Lampard era when we kept changing up there too, and they had no chemistry or understanding because we kept changing the back four. You have to stick to a select starting 11. Go on, Alex. What were you gonna say, bro?
What like for me the question is what do you think expecting complete striker? What does that mean? What complete striker means?
What? Basically, Lukaku can create, right? Do you
Yeah.
agree?
Yeah.
Lukaku
Can
drop
create?
deep. Yeah, he can create
he
chances
can.
for his teammates, for people around him.
Yeah,
Very well.
okay.
He can finish. That's a given, right?
It's all-round play. It's
He's-
how he
he's
holds
just
the
a-
ball up.
Yeah, like he's probably the
everything.
most complete striker in the world right now.
No, he's not.
Who
I have
is
a
it?
question.
Better than Haaland. Say again.
I have a question for you.
Go
Do
on.
you think we have the right player that is giving Lukaku the ball to score?
No, that's what we're saying though.
No,
we
That's
don't.
we
what
don't
we're
have the-
saying.
not
I
the
don't know.
strength.
I don't understand what you're saying. It's a different questions.
Like we have a player like Hazard, we have a player like Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, but that's
That
Yeah,
could,
but
we don't have
that
those
could,
kind of
that could. Huh?
But we don't have those kind of players.
Pulisic is that
Yo,
player
come
for
on,
us.
man. We
Pulisic,
don't have
yeah.
that.
Pulisic
We
is
don't
what?
have him right now. He's injured.
That's what I'm talking about.
Pulisic is what?
A player that could
Pulisic,
beat
what? I didn't hear that.
a player that could beat 2 or more defenders and give Lukaku the ball.
Oh, someone
Pulisic-
direct. Yeah,
For us to get the goal.
He can beat the
I see
defender.
what you're saying. I see
don't
what
know
you're
if
saying.
he
Yeah,
can-
player
if he
like
can box
Hazard.
them.
Player like Hazard, right?
Do you know
That's why I
Pulisic
want
Player
is
like
Hazard.
Hazard.
Yes, player like Hazard.
I won't. I
players
won't
and
say
use the ball.
Pulisic is like Hazard because that's like just ridiculous sentence.
No, but he offers something
but
similar.
that's what he can come pull the player, but that's the only player that we have.
There is no player
Joe,
like Hazard
Joe,
in the market.
before he
There's
got
no-
injured.
And
There's no player
and
like
now
Hazard.
he's injured. So here's the problem.
Which is why
No
I'm saying we need
replacement.
to get
Can I
Rafinha
ask
Yeah,
you
but
a
or
question?
that's why
Eden.
we should play
Hold
Cho,
on.
bro.
Can
That's
I
why
ask?
we should
Can I
play
answer
Cho.
the
That's why
guy?
I
Can I
said
answer
Cho
the guy
left wing,
question,
but-
please?
This
Okay,
is why
You
we're
can
late with
you can
Salah,
approach
to be fair.
Lukaku to give him assist from a perspective like you can have somebody that can dribble, but you can
Yes.
also pass through. You don't have to dribble to give a pass to
you can
to
use the
Lukaku.
midfield too.
You can use the midfield. You can use the
Yes.
winger. That's why we're saying is a complete midfielder. He can score headers. He can score with his feet. He can move. That's what a complete forward does. The problem is we were limited on dribbler. We're limited on dribble, but we're not limited on the passers. And that's what frustration because he's not. We don't even pass it to him. That's what upsetting.
But a winger that cannot dribble is useless to me.
Depends what type of winger. It depends what type of system.
Which winger?
You should be as a winger. You should be able to beat 2 or more players.
Which winger?
Yeah, but not every
that will create space, more space.
Not every winger in the
Wait,
world, bro.
Who are you talking about?
You're talking about offensive, like a.
I'm saying as a good winger. I'm saying as a good winger.
Like that.
Who are you
Can I
looking
be honest with you
like
guys? I don't think we should. Let's not have a different idea of what Pulisic is in our heads because he's been gone for a while. Please, like, I understand that he can take on players, but my frustration with him is that he takes on too many players, and at the end of taking on players, doesn't make the right decision.
Yeah.
So I understand Pully has that attribute that no one else does, but don't overhype him in your mind. Like he still had deficiencies. We still had the same problems when he was here. We weren't creating the same amount of chances. He's not an elite creator of some sorts. So
you know who's direct but can also be creative?
Cho, but before his injury,
Cho should be given the opportunity. If it doesn't work tomorrow, right, offensively, yeah, you got to fucking put Cho in there, bruv.
No,
Sorry,
Johnny.
You've got to
Tomorrow
put him in,
is
bro.
the only opportunity he will get in the front line. We've got Pulisic injured. We've got Ziyech playing horribly. Havertz out of form.
Yeah, but Oscar
Werner
Pulisic is
favour.
out for we don't even know how much longer
But-
for, bro.
but Johnny,
I think he'll be back
my
after
point-
the international break.
Johnny, my point is, if Tuchel does not play him in a forward position tomorrow, then he never will.
Yeah,
It's never going to be a
Again,
better
it's
option.
the same conversation. I don't disagree, but then it goes back to the conversation of who do we play fullback? Because I'm not out here seeing fucking Dave play fullback again.
We're gonna have to play
I
Cho
changed
there.
for me.
I
I
changed
changed
the
the
We'll put
formation.
Christensen in wing back.
I want to
I'm sure
see
he
Cho
can
in the
play
front
there.
line, but the fact is we need him to play right wing back because there's no one else who
I'm
can play.
telling
I
you,
changed
with
the formation.
Mount,
My
he will
position is
work
change the
with
formation
Cho,
and
bro.
make
He'll work with
4-3-3.
Cho, bro.
I can't
then
lie.
So you want to go to a formation we've never played before?
Tuchel
Like-
won't do
It's
that
never too
anyway.
late
There's
to
no point
start.
talking about it.
There's no point.
Never
Yeah,
too
there's
late
no
to
point
start.
talking about it.
They'd
no
have had
point,
like
bro.
2 training sessions on it, and you want to go in a game we need to win. So completely
He ain't gonna do it. He ain't gonna do it.
He's
There's
never
no point.
gonna
Bruv.
do it,
There's no point in discussing it. Tuchel will stick to what he's doing. I trust him. We got Mount back.
That's
Trust
what I
me,
said
he'll make
I would have
changes,
done.
bruv. He
I'm
knows
not
what the
saying
problems
Tuchel
are.
will do it.
He knows
To
what they
fit
are.
the better players to score the goals, I will change the formation to score more goals. But I'm not saying Tuchel will do it. And
Even
I'm
if you
not-
change the formation, the players are still the same. The decision
No,
making,
Cho
the
is
quality.
going forward.
I will say as well, if we
What
change to a
makes you think that's an
4-3-3,
attacking team?
if we change to a 4-3-3, it means that Ziyech has to play right wing because there's no one else who can play right wing. in our team.
Oh my god.
And
Yeah,
Havertz is
he's
not a
gonna-
winger. If we go 4-3-3, where does Havertz play?
Yeah,
Because
turn
he's
around.
not going to play. He's not going to
Havertz
play.
is
That's what
not
I'm
playing.
saying. We don't
I'm
know
saying
what
Timo-
Havertz is.
It's gonna be a Timo Werner.
But Werner's
Timo
not a
Werner and
left winger
Cho.
either.
This is
Timo
my
Werner's
point.
not a right winger.
This is my point, guys. With Tuchel, right? He's got this squad, and he has to make this squad work. It's not necessarily what he would choose or what he wants, but he's making it work.
I don't
And
think
right
Tuchel
now,
cares. You know.
right now, I feel
Alright,
like
go on.
So you
he's-
don't think
he's-
Timo Werner,
he's-
Cho, and Lukaku will not work?
I don't know if they will, bruv. Until we see it.
You guys
how
still
can
think
we
Werner
say?
works in a 4-3-3?
No,
I just don't
Yeah,
he has to
think
be
he
in
he's
the
actually
middle.
really
He
good
would
on the
have
right.
done that.
Not in left
I don't
wing.
think he would have
Not
put
in
him
No,
back
I was
there.
going to
Werner,
say.
the left
Not in
wing,
the
you
left
know?
wing,
We
on the
saw
right
it.
wing.
Yeah,
Left
no.
Left
I
wing,
don't
right wing,
know
same
Werner
thing.
Taking
left
on
wing.
players on the left wing.
He played good at that Leipzig on the right side. He always comes over there. That's why I wanted him to see him play from the
Johnny.
right. He did
Yeah.
really good in Germany on the right.
Yo,
I don't
Johnny,
know.
your point, yeah, about how we have to like try and thin Havertz and all, yeah. I don't think Tuchel really cares. If you're not playing, I think he's gonna bench you regardless.
I think Tuchel right now is going to be like, look, it's all about results. That's all he
Yeah.
cares about. And at the end of the day, it's down to the players to live up to their potential and deliver.
Yeah,
If they're not
to prove
delivering,
themselves.
and I think Tuchel's got the minerals to say to him, like, you're not going to play. I'll bench you. He even mentioned with Pulisic. Pulisic, of course, you miss him when he's at that level. You know,
2 minutes.
when he plays, he's not always the what you say, the purple patch. I don't really like that saying, but that back end of
Big
the
up,
Lampard
Atlanta.
season, yeah. That when he performed at that level, that's when he's got serious minerals, bruv. He offers us something special. But we haven't really seen. We've seen glimpses last season. That's
We
it.
just need to realize that this is not Tuchel's squad. Like he's just
It's
doing
not.
the best
That's my
he can, innit?
point, bruv. That's my
Because
point.
obviously
And he wasn't back this year.
the
He
club's
wasn't
not gonna
back,
sell. The club's not gonna sell Lampard's players after one season. They're still gonna give it one more season.
Yeah, and that's my point. Then
Tuchel
Havertz
has to make
be
it
the
work,
one.
otherwise he gets sacked. He's the
These
one that
players
knows
like
that.
Ziyech and Werner, if they don't perform this year, then I can see them being sold in the summer.
Probably.
Yeah, my point was Havertz is the one to adapt, not Lukaku. You understand?
Yes.
Considering as well, you're more likely to adapt the younger you are.
Yeah.
That's why I
Because
wanted
you've got
Haaland.
more time to adapt your game.
Whatever, I want fucking whatever it takes to get Havertz to fucking play, bruv. The guy is unreal, man. He's so
Why Havertz?
sick.
Question.
He will play though.
Why
He will
Havertz
play.
over Lukaku?
What's that? What?
Why Havertz over Lukaku?
Well, I'm looking at that false nine
Got better
position.
haircut.
You're
That's
Because Havertz is silky, innit?
yeah, because Havertz is silky and you didn't want Lukaku. I know why it is. Don't you worry. Don't.
It's not about not wanting Lukaku, bruv.
Hold on a
It's
second.
not about not wanting him. And don't
Johnny,
put
let me
words
ask you
into my
something.
mouth, bruv.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you
Hey,
something,
yo.
Johnny? Johnny, for example,
It's what comes
so
out of my mouth that matters, not yours.
Hey, yo, that's
Johnny,
crazy.
Johnny, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder what comes out of your mouth, though.
Let's have it right.
Johnny, I have a question. I have a question for you, literally. So this is not a Tuchel's team. You just said
Did I
that,
touch a nerve?
right?
No, you just
Johnny,
put words into my mouth,
this
bruv.
is not a team that Tuchel have, right? This is not his team yet, right?
I don't
Johnny.
need feeding, son. Yeah, go on, mate. What are you saying?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question. So, team, this is not Tuchel's team yet, right?
No,
Is
not-
Lukaku
not-
is
no one knows,
Tuchel team.
inherited. Well, we don't know if he wanted him or he didn't want him. No one knows that. Only Chelsea know that. I don't know if he generally wanted Lukaku, if he
What's
wanted
it called?
Haaland, bruv.
Wait, I got a question for Slens.
I don't know, bruv. I can't answer that.
I feel like
Yes.
he's still choosing his first 11, but he has some favorites. Yeah.
You see how you said we've
it's
got these
causing some
players where
issues,
they don't
that's
have
what
a
I think.
specific position like Werner and Havertz.
Yeah.
So are you trying to say that maybe there's some issues with our board as in the scouting? We're not always going for the right players. Like we're going for these system players instead of what we actually need. You know what I mean?
But
So
over
what
the
issues?
years-
That's
over
the
the
problem
years,
with every
we
club.
signed
That's the
strikers
problem
because
with
we've seen
every
them
club.
score. Bro, we
That's
signed
what I'm
strikers
saying.
over the
I
years.
think we're going for players that
Yeah.
we're looking at output and
Bro,
looking at their
exactly,
PR.
exactly.
There's big
Yeah.
names instead of going
Yeah.
for players that actually bring
We've
us
done
what
that.
we need.
Listen, people
One
always ask,
Like who?
100%.
Like who,
bro,
man?
listen,
What's
they
the
always ask
what's the
why those
example?
strikers not work out at Chelsea because we always see them score goals elsewhere and then we can just bring them in here and start doing the same thing. That's not how it
Yeah.
works.
Do you guys know who our
No.
scouting? Apparently, our scouting is like Tyrone Mings' dad and like Charlie Musunda's brother.
What?
That's our scouting department. Yeah.
You're
Apparently,
joking.
Tyrone Mings' dad.
You're trolling,
I'm not
bro.
joking. I'm not joking. Seriously, apparently Tyrone Mings' dad and Charlie Musunda's brother is part of our scouting department. And then I think one of the main scouting departments said that we don't look at movement and intelligence. We just look at data and stats to see who's the right players for us.
All I know is Mason Mount is the fucking
So if-
glue in
if
the
that-
key
if-
for
if
the
all
side.
scouts are saying
You
that,
know who's the
what
head
do you
of
expect?
scouting department?
What's that got to do with this, bro?
Does anybody knows?
Because
Does anybody
because
knows
we're
who's
all
Chelsea head of
discussing
scout
about
department?
why we're struggling, and this is the reason we're struggling. Him and Kante,
No,
bruv.
but Johnny, that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the players that we sign and whether they suit our system or
Like,
not.
I'm saying
And
we look at
the board will never
Wait,
change.
Johnny,
Oscar,
let me
the
speak.
board
Johnny,
will
let me
never
speak.
change, bruv. They'll never
Johnny,
change
let me
their
speak. I'm
structure,
saying,
mate.
like, our board looks at big names and we look at their stats and think, oh yeah, this player might be for us. Instead of, do they actually work with this player? Do they fit in this system? Is this what the manager actually wants? I'm saying, for example, we've seen over the years so many of these players that just come in, they don't even fit us, and then we just have to try and ship them out again.
That's not how it works. That's
It's
not
a business,
how it works.
bruv. They buy
Yeah,
who they think.
It's
who
a
they
little
think
different.
Okay,
will
look at the
fit
players we
fit
bought on the
the team.
Lampard, yeah? Apart from Mendy
We
and
didn't.
Silva, let's
He
be
was.
real, none of
We
them.
didn't buy nobody
none
at
of them are
Lampard
good.
because Lampard was.
to an extent. Chilwell.
Chilwell was Lampard,
Chilwell,
and that
yeah,
was it.
Chilwell.
That was
Yeah.
it for me.
Well, that was at
Chilwell,
the end. Yeah, but that's
Mendy and
he didn't buy no. Yeah.
Mendy was a Czech signing. It wasn't even the board or like,
Yeah,
Lampard's.
correct.
But
What-
Czech
what-
is
we're
actually
talking
on
about
the
signings
Czech
that
is
made
the,
sense,
in
yeah?
charge of the scouting department. Czech is in charge of the scouting department.
Nah,
right?
no, he's not. I think he's the link between the Tuchel and the board
Technical
to
advisor,
get the
guys.
players once.
He
Yeah.
analyzes like our performances. Yeah, and he's right. He looks at the training. He looks at how the way we play. He suggests signings, but ultimately it all falls down to one person only. There you go. But
Yeah.
no, listen. in terms of what you're saying,
Who?
bro,
I'm asking you, who?
bro, it's either
The
listen,
scouts,
Serena
innit?
and Messi, Roman on top of that. Like obviously,
The scouts.
Listen,
I think
the scouts
Marina
are-
just. I think Marina just does the deals, and the scouts and Tuchel
Yeah,
and
they
everyone
give us
check. They
suggestions.
work
Peter
on players.
Cech. Peter Cech is that discounting. He has the people, but he's ahead of them. He's not going personally look after them, but Peter Cech is in charge
He's
of
going
all
to
the
Marina as
scouting.
well, though. He's going to Marina.
No, Marina does not do no scouting. Marina does the mounting.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. Well, scouting is all his responsibility. I'm saying we offer her players. We tell her this is what we found. Boom, boom, boom. There's 3 options.
They
She
tell
picks
it to
the
Peter
best one.
Cech. They not telling to her. They telling to Peter Cech.
No,
Peter Cech
you're still not
goes.
listening. I know what Slens is trying to say. You'll get like 4 options, present them all to Marina, and she'll choose
Yeah.
the one that looks financially beneficial to the club.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily what's better for the team.
No.
it's
Peter
what's
Cech
better
is
for the
saying this
club.
is number 1 target,
That's
this
my
is number
point.
2, this is 3, and she goes based on the money.
Yeah,
They
but still
always
the same.
have in every club.
It's
This
selective.
is preferred. This is preferred from Tuchel. This is second after what Tuchel prefers, and blah blah blah.
Can we be honest though? The truth is, yeah. Let's look at it objectively. Like we sold over the years, Willian, Pedro, all of the wingers we had. We didn't really like buy out and out wingers.
Nope.
We actually haven't.
Like, look, Werner and Havertz
only
here. One of
since
them
we had
played as a
Havertz,
second
Robben and
striker.
Duff. That's
Wait,
who I
Johnny, let me
remember,
speak.
bruv.
Like for example, Werner, he was never a traditional number 9. He played as a second striker in it, and then Havertz we say is a false 9. So if we knew that, then why would we buy these 2 as our number 9s for the season? It made no sense.
Not at all.
Havertz is not a false 9, man. Come on.
Well, he's
Here-
fucking
here-
played there.
Bro,
for a long
but
time,
he's
man.
playing the
What was he
position.
on?
Hey,
Yeah,
okay,
but-
Havertz
oh
is
my
not a number
days.
9 either. That's my
That's
point.
where we played
Look.
him does not mean he's a false
He's
9.
playing
He's
the
telling
position.
himself that he's
Well,
a
he's
number
pretty
10.
good in that
football,
position, if you ask me.
Chelsea Football Club never buys the players based on the coach, because Chelsea Football Club
Yeah.
never holds on to the coach for
Exactly,
long.
exactly.
No. But we take suggestions though. We do because look at
Yeah,
Conte's second
yeah.
season.
There's no doubt about
It was
it. The
based on
problem is,
suggestions.
for example, Mourinho did that and he let De Bruyne go. Then Mourinho got fired, and we stuck with the players that Mourinho, for example, Mourinho want, right? I think we learned that lesson before Lampard. I think we start to do a better business before Lampard, after Sarri and Conte, because Conte, remember, for crying out loud,
He
bought-
wanted Lukaku, didn't he? He didn't get him.
yeah,
got
he wanted
Morata.
Lukaku, but he was so pissed that we got Morata. You know what I'm saying? Like, just anyway, that's not the point. We got midfielders, both midfielders from Leicester City, and that's the last time I think we heard of that director, and he went to Germany. I forgot his name.
Emanalo, Michael.
Yeah, Emanalo. That's the
He went to
last time.
Monaco.
Yeah,
Monaco.
he went to Germany after that.
No, he went
And
to
France.
Big up
France?
Amenolo, man.
Yeah, he
No,
went to
he's-
Monaco. He went to
oh,
Monaco.
he went to Monaco. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what I was trying to say is, like, we have the tendency to buy players before for the coach, but at the end of the day, I think this is the last time we did that. We start the player based on the club, and you know what I'm saying? Like, there's not much coach can do to pull that.
That's not really working out for us, though, is it, bro?
But this is the thing. Chelsea now look at it going, oh, look at this manager Tuchel. He can basically get the best out of all our squad and make it work. And we won the Champions League. That's the way they look at it. And if he doesn't deliver,
Yeah,
they'll
we
just
need
go and
to
get
realize
another
our squad is
manager,
average, man. There's a lot
It's
of
not
average.
average, right?
Our
Yes,
squad is
very
not average,
average.
man. It's not
What?
average.
Not
Our
average.
squad
Not
is
average.
actually, if you will put it.
No, there's
hold
some
on a
players that
second.
are average. That's what I'm trying to say.
Bro,
Some
who?
players
Like
are
who?
average.
Guys,
Like who?
Like
I'm
who?
not. I don't have
Imbalance.
that. There's
Oh,
not
wait,
average.
like who?
Even
Like who?
Alonso.
Like who?
Alonso.
Alonso.
But Alonso
Yes.
champion of Europe.
That was a safe
What?
answer, man.
Alonso is a champion of Europe.
He's won it
And-
all.
and
He's
for
Mustafi-
Chelsea.
average.
no, I'm
Champion,
not- no,
champion or
I'm
not, he's average.
I'll say Mustafi's a World Cup winner. It
You-
doesn't mean shit. that you wanna
Would you
go-
agree with me? We struggled winning the Champions League. Yes or no?
No,
Yeah, but you know the funny thing is, Tuchel
You
doesn't.
said
have
what?
to
we
get
didn't
Alonso.
struggle. We didn't struggle, bro.
We did not struggle.
How come?
No,
When you were scoring just one goal to win a match.
No, these
Nah,
are
we
tight
were
games,
actually
bro.
dominating though. Like this is the one Champions League we just.
I just don't. I
But
don't
you
want
were
to get
getting, but you were getting just one goal.
I don't want to get.
But
Oh,
it's
well,
because we
and
couldn't
you-
finish,
and
though.
Where are we going? Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this?
I'm just asking because of it said
I'm getting insulted when somebody said Chelsea is the average squad. So if Chelsea is average squad, how the fuck are we favorites to win the Premier League?
I mean
We're
few
not.
players,
And it
not
is-
the team.
Yeah.
Few
Yeah,
I'm
players.
saying like
asking
one of the
who
favorites,
the
not
players?
favorites, but one of the
Alex.
favorites.
Bro, is that your
I
name,
really
Alex?
want to know the players you're talking about, man.
The
I just told you
answer is-
Alonso, bro.
Guys,
No, no,
Alonso
but that's
squad
one
depth.
player.
Alonso squad
We have
depth.
a
He has
squad.
poor. He has
Alonso's
poor
one of the
touches on
best
the
left
ball.
wing backs in world
His
Yeah,
football.
touches
but
are
Matt,
poor
Matt,
on the
What are you
ball.
talking about?
You're only
Alonso,
naming
He's
five
not
players.
average, bro.
Alonso, wait,
If you're saying we have a
Alonso is
poor
squad
squad,
depth.
you have to name like five. or
Alonso
six
is
players.
not consistent. He's
We
not.
don't care.
man.
Today is good, tomorrow is bad.
Yeah, but Matt,
He's
we
not a
agree with
starter.
that.
Well, he's
The
been
point,
good
the
for
point
6 games, bruv. It's only the
that
last
you
2
made is
games.
that we have a poor squad. So in order for us to have a poor squad, it has to be 5 or 6 players.
No, no, I don't think you guys get my point. I'm trying to
No,
say it's
it has
average
to
in
be
terms
5
of
or
if
6
you compare it
starters.
to
It has to be 5 or 6 starters to be a poor squad.
No, it
Not,
doesn't
I
have
don't
to
get
be.
not the bench
I don't-
players.
Yeah,
Starters.
exactly. I don't
No,
get
no,
the
no,
agenda,
it's,
man.
no. It's not that because Liverpool have got a good starting 11 and got an average squad. It is about the whole squad. It's not just
Exactly.
the starters. It's
I'm
about the
saying-
bench
Liverpool has
people.
an average squad.
Ah,
We
Our,
actually
our
have
whole
a
squad's
not
better
having-
than Liverpool.
we're
It's
by
better than
far.
It
Liverpool.
is. It is.
As a
Absolutely
squad,
clear,
yes.
bruv. Yeah,
I didn't.
clear.
I'm not saying that it's
Yeah.
not. I'm saying as the point to say a squad is average. It doesn't have
Yeah,
to.
I'm
I'll tell you
getting.
what.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
I
Piss
seriously-
poor
I
squad
get
is
personal
fucking
offense when somebody
Tottenham and
calls
Arsenal,
Chelsea's
bruv.
squad
That's a
as
piss
the
poor squad.
poor.
That's more. That's below
Wait,
average, bruv.
would you say United have a better squad than
You
us?
know what I mean?
Yes.
No, they don't, man. Don't they don't?
United,
No,
Yeah, that's what I'm
No.
trying to say. In comparison to United and City, our squad's average because there's some
RDMs,
positions.
RDMs walk all
Or
over
some
them,
positions-
man.
Are you freaking kidding me?
What
Man
position?
United
What-
squad?
Me,
When
I'm
I
just
say this,
talking
yeah.
about some players
What?
like
Okay,
Alonso.
No. Some
Alonso
players are
is
not a
squad
squad.
One player.
You guys are,
Yeah.
let me
Hold
finish
on.
my point. Let me finish
A
my
best
point.
11
Go on,
versus
finish
best
the
Man
point.
United.
Let me
Who's the
pick up
It's
my
better?
not
better.
11s. Again, you're talking about squads and then trying to compare 11s. It's not 11s. You're talking about the whole
Exactly.
squad. You're talking about
Alonso is not a starter.
Yeah, you're talking about the 11, the bench, and the reserves. If you're talking about a squad,
So wait, you don't think having Alonso as a backup is a good one, right? Is that what you're telling me?
He could be a backup, but not the starter because he was a starter.
Yeah, eventually Chilwell's gonna come in. That's what I'm saying. His squad depth.
But you could agree with me that he has too many flops on him.
Yeah, but
Too
his squad
much.
depth. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think most of us agree with that point. Like Alonso's not the best.
Yeah, we don't
left back.
like. I don't
Because
like. that.
because
But when you're saying we have a poor squad,
he's
you
not
need to go
consistent.
further. It don't matter. My point is, it don't matter about Alonso. To say we have a poor squad, you need to mention all the other aspects of our squad that are poor.
Yeah.
You just mentioned one player.
Yes.
but that doesn't make it a full squad.
You want me? You want me to mention another?
If you think the
Yeah,
squad is
go
poor,
on,
then
man.
tell us who else is poor.
Yeah.
Wait, no, the
That's
squad's
the
not poor. I never said that.
No,
I
wait.
never said the
Let me
squad's poor.
speak. Let me speak. Who's the other one?
I didn't say our squad is poor.
Yes,
I
you
just
did.
said we have a few
You're not
bad
go- you're not
players.
backing
No,
out
no,
of
no,
this
no.
shit.
I said we have few
I'm
bad
not
players.
having it, man.
I
Yeah,
said
who
we
are the
have
bad
few
players?
average players. Average
I'm
players,
asking,
few
who are
of
the
them.
bad players? Who are the bad players?
Listen, I'm trying to say
If
this.
I-
Cool. If you
I could
compare our
add
team,
Aspilicueta to it because he's old. Like
Oh my
man is
days.
old.
No, man.
Yes, man is old.
Yeah, but
Man is
old
old.
doesn't mean dead.
So he's
Bernardo
not.
Silva's
He's
37.
not in the current form that we want at
But
that
he's-
position.
Oh my god.
In what sense?
Like his wing.
I think he's only
He's
had
You're
like
not getting my
bad
point.
games. You're forgetting he's won the Champions League
No.
playing at right wing back.
no, I think Oscar gets what I mean. Oscar, you know how you were like
That
some
that's
of the
why I
players
say
we
he's
signed?
old.
You see, you know how you were
He's
like.
That's-
some of
30
the
years
players we
old,
signed?
man. He's 30.
Oh, wait, let me
He's
finish my
30,
point.
He's not
That's
old.
why I said he's old.
He's 30. 30
So-
isn't
so-
old,
Yeah,
man.
but just because you're old does not make you shit.
Thiago Silva is 38.
Okay.
Man's not.
Oh, I'm done. Right, anyone
Okay.
got any other final thoughts before we wrap up the stream? Because I feel like everyone's just tired.
Also, I
Yeah.
like that we haven't spoken about Werner going to Dortmund. or
I'm not
Bayern.
Yeah,
trying
no,
to
we
be
ain't
mean
even
or
spoke about
disrespectful. I
Werner
just
going
take
to
it
Dortmund or
personally
Bayern,
when
yeah.
somebody talks shit about my about my team.
Yeah, Me as well. Me as well.
It's my team too.
Yeah, but
Oh, don't get me wrong. If you see me after Chelsea lose to Juventus, I call everybody shit. I call Alonso shit. I call everybody shit. But then times go on, and I'm like, you know what, Aspi, I still love you. Even goal is because of you.
Yeah, that's it. We all want the best for the team, right?
Yeah, exactly.
of course.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
all passion.
No one's sitting there saying you're not a Chelsea fan or any bollocks.
Yeah.
Like
That's
no one's
my
saying anything like that. Wouldn't let that run here anyway. But yeah, anyone got any other final thoughts so we wrap up the stream?
Score predictions.
Yeah, what's everyone's score predictions for the game? Let's hear it. I'm gonna go 2-0 Chelsea.
Yeah, saying 2-0 Chelsea.
5-0 Lukaku hat trick.
You've been rolling over that one, man. I go 4-0.
I'm gonna do it until he does.
I'm going to 1-0.
I'm saying 2-0.
Right, well, if that's everyone else's thoughts, then big up everyone that is locked in. As always, it's been a very interesting stream.
See you guys.
Check
Nice to meet
everyone
you guys.
else's links in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we will be back on Sunday for the review of Chelsea versus Southampton. Hopefully, after a win. I swear if we don't win this game.
Did you read that last super chat?
No, I actually haven't. Big up Tasha again saying Odoi, Pulisic, and Musunda are like a poor man's Eden.
I don't think that guy ever watched Musanda
Everybody
play.
is a poor man Eden. Everyone's a poor Eden Hazard.
Did anybody actually heard what Hazard was saying about Musanda?
No, what was he saying?
He was saying that he can surpass him with the big. The guy was so talented.
Yeah, but no.
Hazard always says that. He said his little brothers is better than him.
But we watched Musunda play a few games and he was good.
Oh,
Musunda played a few games and he was good.
In his entire career, he's had one good season and his attitude.
Bertrand Traore was also good.
Mutunda's attitude thing.
Yeah, he had attitude problems at Real Betis.
I gotta go put my daughter to sleep. I gotta
he's
take
had
a
attitude
sleep.
problems in the past.
Later, guys. Peace.
Bless, bro. Bless.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he's had well documented attitude problems at a string of different clubs.
I didn't know that.
That's what it is.
Yeah, because he went to Real Betis, had a good half season, which is the season I was talking about. Went back on loan and fell out with the manager like instantly.
As for me, I think I like Musunda because he's good with the ball. Yeah, he can beat some players, you know.
Right, we've got a few players that can do that. But anyway, big up everyone that's locked in. Smash the like and subscribe button. We'll see you guys on Sunday.